to get into Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. I've actually not even opened up the box, and the reason I haven't opened up the box yet is because really this game plays right out of the box, which is really, really nice in my opinion. There's not really any complex setup. If you guys don't know, Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig is kind of a smash-up game of two other franchises. Of the Mad King Ludwig franchise from Bezier games and the Between Two Cities franchise from Stonemaier games. And it takes the best of both worlds in my opinion. I like Castles for what it is. I'm not a huge fan of the different shaped tiles and some of the mechanisms in Castles. I like Between Two Cities for what it is, but the art style is kind of meh, and some of the other aspects of that game aren't the greatest. And then you take, for some reason, you take the two of them together, and Matthew O'Malley and Ben Rossett just make this beautiful fusion of a game that I kind of have a story about, and I need to ask Jamie if it's true, or ask the Bezier people if it's true. But in my head, where this game was born, possibly, was at Gen Con a couple years ago. And maybe it wasn't. But, so I was roaming around Gen Con a few years ago on Wednesday night before Gen Con, the night before, and kind of just walking through some open gaming areas. And I happened to, I'm actually going to stand up for a second because it's part of the story. I happened to be walking through the open gaming areas and see a game being played that really interested me. And this game that I was walking through that really interested me, that was being played, was the Palace of Mad King Ludwig, which is kind of a successor to Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Ooh, that didn't sound good. And you can kind of see it's got square tiles and a moat and a lot of things. And I like the square tile idea more than the shape tiles. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I like that more than the shape tiles of Castles. And so I kindly asked the person who's showing the game off, do you mind if I just stand here and listen and maybe make a comment here or there? And they were extremely nice, and they said, yes, by all means. So I start listening and watching the game being taught, and I start looking at the badges, because everybody has to wear a badge at Gen Con. I start looking at the badges of the people that are sitting around the table. The first name I see, the person's teaching this game, Ted Allsbach. So this is Ted Allsbach that I'm now all of a sudden watching teach this game. The next name I see, Teaching Palace, Ben Rossett, and Matthew O'Malley, and Jamie Stonemaier are all at the table. So Ted Allsbach is teaching Palace of Mad King Ludwig to the two designers of Between Two Cities and Jamie Stonemaier of Stonemaier Games. And they were all super, super nice and super friendly. None of them like made any comments, and I mostly just kept to myself. Like, I wasn't like, oh hey, like I recognized all their names, but I wasn't like, oh hey, it's these people. And this was long before I had a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or was in content creation at all. Back then, I was just generic Gen Con attendee number 7027. But I wonder if at that meeting talks about this game started. Because this game came out in 2018. And Jedi, thank you so much for the alert. This game came out in 2018, and I'm pretty sure that was Gen Con 2017. If I check the copyright on this game, 17. That game is just rolling all over the place. I don't like that. This does not have a good insert. This has an amazing insert. I think that at that meeting, probably after the fact, because I mean, eventually I did leave, they probably discussed making this game, or in private made this game. Oh, Jedi, you're tempting me there. You're tempting me there, Jedi. I just saw what we were playing. You know I love me some guys that fall. But, and I'm also eating cheese because I ate dinner at like 2 o'clock today. Well, I ate my only meal of the day at like 2 o'clock today. But anyway, let's go ahead and... It worked. Except for my really bad snap didn't work. Let's come over here. We've got Between Two Castles, a Mad King Ludwig. I don't know why I'm setting these up. There's really not... I don't remember there being too many tokens. There might be some. It's been a while since I've played this game, but generally it's pretty simple. So I'm still in the shot, right? Okay, good. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and add a stream marker because this is kind of where we're starting. I am kind of going to... I'm definitely going to be cutting this and putting it on YouTube as well. Always straight. Maybe. Looks okay. So I'll be kind of like introducing the game and maybe talking about a game. Oh, I forgot one other thing. We have a new channel redemption. We have a new channel redemption too. My son, if you click on Rock Feathers and look in the yeah, it's just right at the top because it's new. For 1,000 Rock Feathers, you can actually redeem Pikachu ears. My son got this for his birthday this weekend, and so I figured when he is sleeping, I could borrow it and have Pikachu ears. So that's another channel report thing, another kind of a fun little thing to do. I know some other streamers like Crystal uses this, you know, kind of thing. She has her bunny ears, so now I have Pikachu ears. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and add a stream marker. I will introduce the game again, kind of introduce myself, just kind of go through it, and I'll just go through the setup because the setup's not that difficult. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing one player as 3 castles, trying to get all 3 castles as close as possible in points. That's my goal. But ultimately my goal is to just show you how wonderful of a game this is. This is better than Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This is better than Palace of Mad King Ludwig. This is better than Between Two Cities. This is the best game in both of those families. And currently, you can pre-order the expansion to this game that does have a real solo mode in that expansion. And the amazing thing is the expansion is going to fit right here in a new game tray in the base box. You will not have to keep a second box. It will fit right in here. And to me, that is even the best news. So let's go ahead and get this ball rolling, why don't we? Get this ball rolling with Rock. Need another drink though. Oh shit, there's like a... I don't know, I want to kill that spider first. That's the great thing about being in the basement. I'm just waiting one day for like a spider just to like come down right in front of the camera and see how many people just get like totally freaked out. Alright, here we go. Hey gamers, welcome to my game room, Rolling with Rock here, and today we are looking at Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig from Bezier and Stonemaier Games. Let's go ahead and open up the box, and immediately the first thing that I want to show you is the wonderful game trays insert. This is absolutely beautiful. You can stand the game on its side. You can sit the game flat. either way, none of the pieces go anywhere, and this is a wonderful, wonderful insert. It does such a good job of not only being a storage solution, but being a game solution as well. Starbuck, thank you so much for the lurk. I really do appreciate it. And yes, I love this game. When I do my top 67 board games of all time for October, this will 100% be in my top 10, which will pretty much guarantee 3 Stonemaier games in my top 10. Currently, this content is being filmed live on Twitch at twitch.tv/rollingwiththerock, and will be posted to YouTube at youtube.com/c/rollingwiththerock later, and that is probably what you'll be watching after the fact, if you're not watching live on Twitch. What we are going to be doing, though, is selecting 3 different castles. I'm going to pick the yellow castle because I am usually a yellow player, and then I will go ahead and pick... I think it's either white or pink. Let's see, what other colors do we want to use here? This looks like a green, maybe? I don't want to, like, pick a color and it not be the right color. That's either a blue or a purple. I don't know. They're kind of off colors. I'm going to call that purple, and I'm going to call this green. And if it's not those colors, I do apologize. But, you know, that's the way it works. So the first thing you're going to have is you're going to have one of these throne rooms. And these throne rooms are basically your starting tile, and they also give you a goal to have. So I need to deal 3 throne rooms, 1 to each castle, and we'll find a way to get this all on the board here somehow, I hope. This is like the special token tray. You have some cards here that have some specialty objectives. You have fountains, towers, and grand foyers, or grand foyer. I'm not really sure which one it's supposed to be. And then you have little tokens here that are going to go on your throne room. You can have 2 of these tokens that will give you points per logo of either swords crossed, mirrors, windows, or, and there's one other thing, torches. Right. So these are kind of these specialty tiles. And then these are all other tiles. These ones are face up, so I'm assuming I've used these before. So I will use these other tiles. And these are all set up perfectly, because you take one half of these tiles on one turn, and then you take the other half on another turn. And so this can be a player's set of tiles, this can be a player's set of tiles, this can be a player, this can be a player, this can be a player. And it just works so well as not only a storage solution for the game, but a gaming component. I really, really love it. I do not own an insert. I don't think I own many other games that have a game trays insert. I do not own an insert that is this functional for a game right out of the box. This is not something you have to buy aftermarket. When you buy this game, this is the insert that comes with it. And it, like I said, it is both for storage and for gameplay. And you know, it has multiple pieces. And when you get the expansion that is now out for pre-order on Stonemaier Games website, that expansion also has a piece that sits perfectly in this little nook. So it will still completely encompass in the main box. The expansion does not have to go in its own box. It will not be in a less worthy storage solution. An insert. Everything is already prepackaged. And so if you like Between Two Castles, like I am going to be getting the expansion. It just seems like the perfect thing for me, especially since it's going to come with an actual solo mode. So we will be using this as our I'm going to try to sit this over here. I'm going to actually flip it because I'll have access more to these tiles. And I think we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is 9 the right number? Let me make sure that's the right number for how many cards, how many tiles you're supposed to draw. You draw a hand of 9 tiles. Yep, exactly. Okay. You choose 2. Okay. Excuse me for 1 second. I just have to blow my nose. The joys of live streaming, right? Things you can't cut out when you're streaming. Atticus, hello Atticus. Thank you so much for stopping by. Go Galactic. Yes, Lost Galaxy. We are just starting to play Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Should be able to do something along these lines. And then so this one's going to kind of want to sit in that area. This one you don't go to the well too often. I do need these cards though, because these really kind of, even this player aid here is super helpful. We only need one of them. And like I said, what we're doing is we're going to be playing all 3 castles, trying to make everything as equal in points as possible, but still do well. And so you have a bunch of different types of rooms, just like in Between Two Cities, or in or in Castles of Mad King Ludwig. You have a food room that can only go on the base level, which is where your throne room is, and up. It cannot go below your throne room. You will get 2 points per a different type of room that is above and below that room. When you have 3 of those, you will draw 5 tiles and get to place one of them. And so it's 5 ones from like a bonus area. The living quarters also can only go on the main level and up. And you will get 1 point per room that is in the 8 surrounding squares around that room. And when you get up 3 of those, you will get to place one of the bonus characters here in your throne room. The utility rooms, again, ground level and up, you'll get 1 point per connected of whatever room that asks for. When you do that, you're going to draw 3 of these bonus cards that look like this. And so this is 2 stars per outdoor room that you have. So you can draw 3 of those and you get to keep one, whichever one works for you. The outdoor rooms, once again, can only be on the base level and up. And you get 1 point per whatever other room that asks for. When you get 3 of those, you can place a fountain. And a fountain is a straight 5 victory points and can count for some other things. A sleeping room, also again, base level, ground level, and up, is 4 points if you have 1 of every other type of room. And it's only worth 1 point if you don't. If you get 3 of sleeping quarters, you can have a tower. And what towers are 1 point for every level below them. So if you've got a tower, room, this, room, every one of those in that straight line are a point for the tower. So you want to put the tower at a cap on the very height of that game, or that row. A corridor can go on any level, the bottom, in the basement area, on the main floor, or up. And they are worth 1 point per icon on the rooms in the 8 surrounding spaces. Most of these rooms, I'll go ahead and grab one that's face up. All these rooms will have an icon in the top right. In this case, you have a crossed sword. So most of these all these rooms will have some sort of symbol like that. Atticus says, this is one of my go-to games for higher player counts, especially if there are inexperienced or newer players. I think it's super underrated. I 1,000,000% agree with that, Atticus. I was just talking previously. So currently, when I did my top 67 games of all time in October of 2020, I had Scythe my number 1 and Wingspan my number 3. So 2 Stonemaier games in my top 5. When I redo that list, and I don't even think that the top 3 will be the same this time, but when I redo my list, this game is almost certainly going to be in my top 10. I do not think this game gets talked about enough, and I was so happy when they announced a expansion that is currently being pre-ordered. I was so happy when they said that they got the Automa Factory to make a solo mode for this. It's going to make this even better, and this is legit one of my favorite games in my collection. And it's not only is it a great game for higher player counts, it's a fairly quick game too. Higher player count games often are long, and the fact that you can play this, it says about 45 to 60 minutes, and I've played this game in even well under that time. You can play this quick. You can play multiple plays of this and still have a lot of fun. I think this game, I agree with you, it is vastly, vastly underrated. And the co-op aspect where you're trying to work with the person on your left and the person on your right for whatever tiles you have this game is better than Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This game is better than Palace of Mad King Ludwig. This game is better than Between Two Cities. It is the best game in both families. The downstairs room. Oh, and when you get 3 of the corridors, that allows you to put a grand foyer, which is this right here, and that is 1 point for every tile. It doesn't matter what kind of tile that is in the 8 surrounding spaces. And lastly, the downstairs area, which can only be played below the throne room level, the ground floor, is 1 point per whatever room it asks for. That is all the way up or all the way down in that row. It doesn't have to be immediate like the food room. It just has to be anywhere above or anywhere below in that. And if you get 3 downstairs rooms in your castle, you can choose a bonus for any. You can choose any of the other bonuses. So any of these other ones that were already said, you can put that on there. And then if you get 5 of a same room, so these were all for bonus for 3s. If you get 5 of any of the regular room types, you get to automatically place any one of these of your choice. Now, these ones here have these special borders because these 2, nothing can be placed on them. You can't place anything on top of a tower, and you can't place anything on top of a fountain. You're not going to be able to cover the fountain. You can build on the left and the right of those, but you can, and below obviously, but you cannot build above them. So that is our little guide. Like I said, we've got our 3 castles of Mad King Ludwig right here. We'll probably have to play around a little bit with the spacing, but ultimately that is your setup. This is all you need to do to set up the game. And then draw 9 tiles. We'll make sure it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for one player. And you put them between the castles. You put them between the 3 castles. Because this player will draw 2 tiles. 1 will go to this castle and 1 will go to this castle. The player right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Player right here is helping build this castle and this castle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this player right here is helping build these 2 castles. Building castles in Middle-earth. That's fitting. Yes. Between 2 castles of Mad Wizard Saruman. That is the newest title coming next year from Stonemaier Games. And Fantasy Flight, because they own the rights to most Lord of the Rings stuff. Sorry for breaking the news, Jamie. I apologize. I apologize for breaking the news. So basically, you just shuffle up your 9 tiles that you have. And we're going to draw 2 of them. And I think you pass to the left first. So, or do you draw 2 or do you choose 2? I can't remember that. I think you actually choose 2, right? Let me clarify that. It's been a while since I've actually played the game. You secretly choose 2 tiles to place face down. Okay. Never mind. So you don't just shuffle them. You actually choose them. So let's do this one at a time here. And let's look at what this player might have and why they might want to play certain things. Now remember, any of the ones that have these like fancy blue border here, they cannot be built upon. They can be at the top of things, but they cannot be built upon. So these are our 9 tiles. This tile here has a window, a mirror. Yeah, no, the square ones are windows. There's a window, and it wants to have a utility and a food on the left and the right of the throne room. This one right in here has a mirror, and it wants to have a food and a sleeping area on the left and the upper left part of the throne room. So we're looking and those are just like some base points. Mei-chan, thank you so much for that lurk. I do appreciate it. I hope you are well. If you guys are not following Mei-chan, please go ahead and do so by clicking on this link I'm about to give you right there. Last playing Link's Awakening. So, we have, and I'm going to do this one by one, so as to not to influence what I'm choosing for the other players. Obviously, as I go, I'll kind of have an understanding of what I picked before, but I'm legit going to try to pick what is best for those 2 players, and then kind of figure out what's going on. So we're going to be doing it slightly differently, obviously. So, this wants a utility, this wants a sleeping area, and they both want food. None of these have food. I do have 1 sleeping area. I do have 3 utilities at the moment. I don't really want to use any of the outdoor ones right now. Oh, I have 2 sleepings. My apologies. And I have 3 of these. So these will probably be how I start the round for this character. The sleeping rooms make no difference except for the name of them. All sleeping rooms are the same, except for the name and possibly the symbol at the top. This is per connected downstairs area. This is per connected corridor, and this is per connected outdoor. So the utilities matter differently because they want to be connected to things. I actually kind of like the one that says per connected basement. Now I don't know if maybe there's a bunch of basements that have already been used in this area here because some of the tiles were already flipped faced up. So I did to shuffle those in. Common Dog, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to Team Rocket. And I hope that you are having a wonderful Sunday evening. And if you're in the U.S., Memorial Day weekend. We are currently playing Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig, which is right there. And I wonder if I can actually get that on screen. Probably not. But this is my favorite game in the Castles of Mad King Ludwig family and Between Two Cities family. I think it just does such a great job. And what I'm basically doing is playing as all 3 castles here. This is basically the minimum player count. Even if you play with 2 people, you still build 3 castles. So I'm kind of doing all 3 things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose the shield room as one of our tiles for this character. And it's either the puppy room or the dreaming room. And let's be honest, who wouldn't pick the puppy room if you could pick the puppy room? So I'm going to take all the rest of these tiles, pass them to my left, and place that castle on top of there. Then what we're going to do, so I'm going to flip these back over. These are that player's 2 tiles they're going to do. Now we're going to flip these tiles over and look at what we have here. They're looking for a food and a sleeping area, and this castle is looking for a living quarters and a quarter. Brain in the Jar. Brain in the Jar has Team Rocket blasting off again with a party of 15. Brain in the Jar, thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate it. How was Black Angel tonight? I hope you guys had a blast playing that. We are currently playing Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig from Bezier and Stonemaier games. Hello to Legends, to Joe, to James, to Brain in the Jar. Thank you guys so much for that raid. We just actually kind of started talking about Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Talked about a bunch of other stuff, a lot of TLN, things like that, things that happened this weekend. And I just started playing this game. Basically what I am doing is I'm playing as all three players. I do not currently have the expansion that's on pre-order. That has an actual solo mode from Automa Factory in it. The base game did not yet, but the base game did have these amazing game trays inserts, which are actually just kind of real good thing. That not only are storage solutions, but are actually for gameplay as well, which is really, really good. Joe, thank you for that. Yes, we were just kind of commenting. I made a joke. Coming in 2022 from Stonemaier and possibly Fantasy Flight for the rates. Between Two Castles of Middle-earth. Maybe it should just be Between Two Towers. Oh my gosh, that would be really good branding. Between Two Towers of Middle-earth. A Brain Jar, hate the rated run. We head into a birthday party. Brain Jar, no worries at all. I thought you were just going to say you were going to bed. Have a wonderful time at the birthday party. I totally get birthday parties right in this time of year. My younger son just turned 1 3 days ago on Thursday. And then this coming Saturday, my elder son is turning 4. So within like 10 days of each other, both of my sons are having birthdays. So I hope you guys have a wonderful time at your birthday party, whoever that is for. And we will definitely see you guys next time. Mad King Ludwig would totally design the 2 towers. Yes, I definitely agree. So we've already chosen our 2 tiles for this character. Now we're working on this character right here, and we have, again, remember, we are looking for a living quarters or a corridor for that character, and a food and a sleeping quarters for that character potentially. You don't have to do those in the first 2, but that is kind of the way I usually play, is just get those out of the way. So let's see what we have to work with here. And yes, my elder son Remy is turning 4. We didn't actually get a chance to play Fall Guys this Saturday. I meant to, but things just kind of happened. And that's what happens when you have kids. And I'm hoping though next Saturday we will get to play Fall Guys. And Remy usually joins me for Saturday morning Fall Guys streams. For those who don't know, I didn't actually explain this. Here, Rolling with Rock is a physical board game. Ta-da! A digital board game and a video game stream. I kind of do a little bit of everything. And Saturday mornings are really like the only time I have a chance to stream, not late at night, around 9 p.m. I usually start 9 p.m. Eastern on most games. Oh, Joe, thank you so much for that follow. Most of the time I will start at 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Sunday. I stream almost every night of the week. That may change, but right now that's basically what I do. And Saturday morning is really the only time I have a chance to not have to stay up really late to stream. And so we've been streaming Fall Guys because my son really likes to play Fall Guys. So for about an hour on Saturday mornings, usually around the 10:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern time, we'll jump on for about an hour, just do real chill Fall Guys stuff. My son has a good time. I put him on cam. And next week on Sunday or Saturday, I'm hoping we get to stream because it will be his birthday, and I think that will be really fun for him to get to, have a little bit of fun like that on his birthday. But usually, recently, Wednesdays are community board game night with you guys in the chat. So if you guys are ever looking to play board games with others digitally, mostly on BGA, which is Board Game Arena, come by here anytime between 9 p.m. and midnight Eastern Time on Wednesday nights, because I am playing board games with you guys. All you have to have is a free Board Game Arena account. I have the premium. We can play any game on there, even if it's a game I don't know. If you guys want to teach it, that's great. I've had Atticus come on to the channel and teach me plenty of games already. And what I started doing last week, and I'm hoping to continue to do going forward, is have a special guest play with us every night or every week. Solo Gaming Dad, thank you so much. And so on last Wednesday, Jesse from Heart Board Games joined us as a guest. And this Wednesday is actually super, super exciting, because at 9 p.m., we will be joined by Matt from the Silver Medal Tavern. I have been over on Silver Medal Tavern's channel, and we played Twilight Struggle. So when Matt comes by, you will have to say, "Hey, comrade," because the USA got the butt kicked by the USSR. But we'll have Matt join us and have a great time playing board games from 9 to 11:30 on Wednesday. Because at 11:30, we're not going to kick Matt out. He can stay if he wants, but we're going to get we're not going to get like rated as in Twitch, but we're going to be rated by Eclectic Camel, Crystal Dax, and Bonzinator, and we will be there's a snap. I don't know how they do it on the commercials. We'll be switching from digital board games to our video game side of our channel and playing Super Mario Party with 3 other wonderful board gamers, and that is going to be a legit blast. So not only do I have Matt from the Silver Medal Tavern on Wednesday night, I have Bonzinator, I have Crystal Dax, I have Eclectic Camel, and it is going to be an absolute blast. I mean, I'm getting board gaming in, I'm getting video gaming in, hanging out with 4 wonderful people who some of my favorite people in all of board gaming. I will be a extremely, extremely happy rock on Wednesday night. I know the 11:30 time will be late for a lot of our Eastern Coast friends. FYI, I am also East Coast. But Super Mario Party shouldn't take more than an hour to play. So we probably will be ending not too later than we normally would, because I'm cutting off board game night at 11:30 so that we can then play Super Mario Party. But that's Wednesday night. So normally Wednesdays are community board game night, hopefully with a guest of some sort. Thursdays, I've recently changed from a video game night to a board game night because I've been trying to get more games to the table. And then Sunday night, Rolling with Rock Live, what I call the flagship show of the channel. This is the show that started it all. I started only Sunday nights at 9 p.m. and have really grown since then. I always play board games on Sunday night. Almost always it's physical, unless I've just had like a rough day and I just need to play a digital game, because digital, as you all know, is a lot easier than physical games to set up. Except for this one. This one's super easy. This one's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Don't copyright that. But I always play board games on Sunday night. So if you're looking for somewhere to chill, especially from like 9 to usually like 1 a.m., I'm here every Sunday night. I'm here almost every night, basically. So if you follow, you may not always like everything that I'm doing on the channel. So I do a lot of different stuff. I do physical board games. I do digital board games. I do Pokemon. I do Switch games. I do retro games. I'll do Fall Guys and Among Us and Genshin Impact and Phasmophobia and Rocket League and all this different video game stuff. And honestly, a lot recently, and probably especially this upcoming week, I'm gonna be playing a lot of chess. I follow and subscribe to a really cool chess streamer whose name is Olmec Guru. And if you follow Bonzinator, you probably know Olmec. Olmec is an amazing chess player, but an even better chess teacher. And like, I feel like there are great chess players out there, but not necessarily great chess teachers. And Olmec is a great chess teacher. And since watching Olmec over the last few months, I've become a better chess player and become more interested in chess. And so when I'm playing chess, I try to stream it as well. And I even have some viewers here who I have brought into, obviously chess is a board game. I think I would hope that there's no gamers out there who would say it's not. Chess is the classic board game of all classic board games, in my opinion. And it still holds up to this day. But I have brought a predominantly chess player, into the world of hobby board games by introducing them to Ticket to Ride and to Wingspan and to Evolution, and they have been loving all of those games. And to be able to me, this is a way that we as hobby board gamers can grow our communities, especially here on Twitch, is by playing these other games that I do, and then kind of do something a little bit different. Somebody who might follow me for Good Night Moon. I'll get through this, and then I will accept that. Somebody who will follow me for, say Pokemon content, might be introduced to board game hobbies, or somebody who's following me for chess combat content might be introduced to board game hobbies, or vice versa, that they might not have been looking for otherwise. All right, so we got two things here. Good Night Moon redeemed Hail Hydrate, which we were talking about Hail Hydra earlier. Hail Hydrate, which I really needed, so thank you for that, Good Night Moon. And then a second thing that we do on the channel here is we have 3-minute word bands. And 3-minute word band is exactly what it sounds like. For 3 minutes, I cannot say the word to. So, starting right now, for 3 minutes, I cannot say that word. Let us see if I can achieve that, or how quickly I will fail. Also, just to reiterate, we have a new channel redemption that if you redeem for 1,000 points, I'll throw on the Pikachu ears. That's brand new tonight. How many minutes? Yeah, Weird Guy Doom. James, we are only 35 seconds into this, and we've got Pikachu ears. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this on. And just as an FYI, James, if I did say how many minutes are left, those are different words. Those are not the same word. They're not the same spelling, and they're not the same usage in the English language. And so I would say, even by saying that word, I'm not going to, but even if I did say the word that you're specifically trying to get me to say, I think that doesn't count. But ultimately, it is up to the person who redeemed the word ban, and I would... Oh, did I say... Alright, you got me. I made it about... I had about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Alright. Second try. That was... Second try. We are flipping off the Pikachu ears. Yes, we just got this weekend. Technically, these are my son Remy's. But when he is sleeping, I'm going to use them. So, I think they're pretty cool. I don't know. It's not my, Pikachu is not my favorite Pokemon, but I think they're pretty cool. I mean, anyway, I literally haven't taken a turn in this game yet. We're trying to... trying to TOO. It was TOO. Right? No. Better than one of the other redemption. I didn't even make it a full minute that time. Back to the 3-minute warning and starting now. Let's make a decision here for these rooms, and I am wanting a living space or corridor for that one. Okay. Living space, corridor. Okay. None of these are specifically useful for this one. So let's see what I can make happen with that. There's lots of basement here, which is good. Oh, that is really nice for that one, potentially. And then... Weird Guy Tomb says, so tonight on stream, we finished the crew with a total of 111 attempts over 50 missions, 2.22 attempts per mission, and 9 to 10 hours to do it. I think that's cumulative. Weird Guy streamed multiple times of the crew, so I don't. Yeah, I saw Weird Guy go live around 8ish, and I was lurking the whole time. I just didn't get a chance to say hello. So I need to make a decision here. Let's just pick a couple things. Not a real big deal. So we'll say those, and we collect all the rest of these. Pass them that way, and then we are going to look at the final set of the rooms. See what we have here, and we want living or corridor and utility or food. Ambi, yes, we have a new redemption in the chat for 1,000 rock feathers. I now have a Pikachu hat. So, I have to say this is definitely inspiration from Crystal. All right, we've made it through the whole time. Hopefully, I didn't say 2 anywhere in there. The word bands always make me get a lot less chatty. I try not to, but word bands always make me a lot less chatty. Also, what I need to do here is, first off, get shout-outs for a couple people. Shout-out for Weird Guy Doom. I shouted out Ambi right at the beginning of the stream, but we have a lot more people now, so Ambi deserves another shout-out, because Ambi is awesome. Not only is Ambi just an awesome streamer, but Ambi actually made our intro song that we play at the beginning of every stream, that if you haven't heard, please check out. Ambi is also part of Board Game Blitz, who played Flashpoint Fire Rescue and a Hot Sauce Challenge for TLN this month, yesterday, which was a really, really cool thing. You guys can check out TLN right there. I actually give you a little snippet of our intro song. So you can just kind of hear it, how great Ambi is.
What is Rock up to today? Can I watch him play Among Us? Or maybe some board game play? Either way, he's pretty sus. What's he planning for you now? Is he gonna play with toys? Or a hobby game somehow? He can play it with his boys. What's in store for you tonight? Can you ban him from a word? Gotta choose one that's just right. Mustn't let him utter bird.
And that's our amazing intro song from Ambi. Please follow Ambi. Please follow Board Game Blitz. Absolutely incredible. I am so thankful that Ambi was willing to do that. Um, I wanted to be able to compensate Ambi in some way, and she was just like, "No, I like doing these type of things," and I was just like, "But you're an artist, and you made an amazing thing, and I want to support that." But yes, the best that I can actually do at this point is just send you all to her channel if you're not doing so already. Both, not just the Bliss channel, but a personal channel as well. And please support Ambi in every way that you guys can, because I am extremely thankful for having that amazing intro song. And then I would recommend that you go and find the other side. Thank you, Legends, for that, because go and find the other side of that coin, because Ambi also did a song for Meeple Conrad, and that song is similar to my song, but just a little bit different. The funny thing is I'm always considered the sus one, and Conrad is considered the crew one. But if you listen to our two songs, his song is much more sinister than mine. His song is like Disney villain song, where mine is kind of like jovial. Because his song is a villain. Right, but that's the funny thing. He's supposed to be the crew. So, see, this I submit that we have been completely typecast wrong. I'm not the sus one. It's Conrad. And he just convinces everyone by his sus that he's the crew person. I submit that that's the case. Now, obviously, Conrad is an extremely amazing friend of mine, and I appreciate him. He also created two of our wonderful emotes, including the sus emote and the Yoshi High emote. So I am extremely thankful for Meeple Conrad, and I am mostly just kid. I am extremely fine with being quote unquote the sus one. I mean, there's a reason why immediately upon playing Blood on the Clock Tower last night over on your friend Dakota's channel, when Amanda Panda, I think it was Amanda Panda, goes, "Okay, all good players go to the Isle, the Cat's Isle location in the voice chat," and I immediately go to a different voice channel because it's just fun for me to do things like that. Whereas, like, everybody else immediately went to the channel that Amanda said. I was the only one that went somewhere else because it was funny. James, thank you so much for that. It was funny. People were commenting in the chat like, "Oh, Rock's played this game before." And I had never played Blood on the Clock Tower before. I never played a social deduction game where it's just all based off of words before. The only social deduction games that I've really played are Among Us, First Class Trouble, and Hail Hydra, which is very different games. And James, I literally, while Silver Metal Tavern was streaming, I stayed up and watched the VOD of that. And so I stayed up until like 3 a.m. last night because I had to immediately watch the VOD. And I actually cut a clip. I cut a clip on the from the stream that in literally the second night, on night 2, when I was having a private conversation with Crystal, I called exactly what was going on, that Tom was the imp and was trying to throw me under the bus and protect Dan as his minion. So not only did I get the two bad people right, but I figured out that which role was which. And so I was very, very proud of that. And it was so funny because I was watching the VOD and people were like, "Oh, Rock has definitely played the game before. He did his homework." Not only had I never played the game before, I went into the game completely blind. I didn't know any of the roles. I didn't know what kind of game we were playing, other than the fact that we were playing with amazing people, and I knew Coda would not steer us wrong because Coda did such a good job. I 100% agree. Coda did good on keeping the chat, listening while running that. Like, Coda did such a good job. I want to play that again. Ambi, I would love for you to play that with us. I basically want to get our Among Us group together and play that sometime because it was so much fun. But yeah, I just was laughing when I was watching the VOD and reading the chat, and people were like, "Oh, Rock's definitely played this game before." And I'm thinking to myself, like, I couldn't refute that in the chat because I wasn't watching the stream, obviously. But I had never played that before ever, and the only time I knew what the roles did was once somebody said a role. So when Tom was like, "Oh, hey, I'm the fortune teller and I'm doing these things," I looked up what the fortune teller did. Or when I was told I was the Undertaker, which is what I thought I was the whole time. Apparently, I was a drunk Undertaker. I looked up what the Undertaker did, or like in any other situation. When Crystal told me she was the mayor, I looked up what the mayor did. That was the only time I looked up what roles did. I went into it completely blind. And honestly, I think that worked well for me. Because I felt, instead of trying to actually physically play the game and try, oh, is this person happen to be this role or happen to be this role, and trying to like really metagame it that way, I just listened to what people were saying. And I caught on really quick that Tom was trying to protect Dan, and Dan was acting sus when he went after Slumber. And I really held on to that, and I tried to explain that to Crystal early, which is what that clip is, and then I tried to really explain that after the fact, in like the final round, and I just happened to be right. Like I said, it was about 75% chance that I was right, that it was Tom and Dan, and like a 25% chance that I was getting completely bamboozled by Crystal. And if I got completely bamboozled by Crystal, it would have been fine, because it's happened before in Among Us. But usually, Crystal and I think she said this on stream, Crystal and I can read each other fairly well. I usually know when Crystal's lying, and Crystal usually knows that I'm lying, and the fact that we were both trusting each other, or at least verbally trusting each other, I think made it hard for everybody else playing the game. Just because if Crystal and I are on the same page, I don't think that the evil team was going to win. Joe says, Coda was like a journalist running around trying to eavesdrop on the most interesting. Like, honestly, that was so cool. That was, like, when I watched it back on the VOD, that was such a cool concept that she was jumping between rooms and listening. And, like, very rarely would jump in and say anything other than to remind us for a time. And when we were playing the game and actually physically talking, I don't even know if I noticed when Dakota was in the room or not in the room. Because I was watching back on the VOD and seeing, hearing some of my conversations and not even realizing that Dakota and, you all as the chat were even there listening, which is really, really cool. And is something that, if you were to play that game in person, you as an audience would never get those personal conversations that you could get through a digital medium. I don't know how well that game will play in person, but digitally, that played so well digitally. I could not have imagined a better way to play that digitally. I thought it was really, really, really well done, and all of that goes to Dakota. Dakota did such a good job. It looked like it was a good for digital play. Yeah, it really was. And Ambi, I hope you can join us to play that sometime. The numbers of people you played with, it looked good. Yes. And like, yeah, I feel like we had the right number of people, and we had the right group of people. And it was really funny. Some of the, you played it in person a long time ago with a bunch of people, and it way overstayed its welcome. Really? So you would say, based off of what you saw last night, that it's probably a better digital game than an in-person game? Because I kind of got that feeling. I kind of got it was a better digital game than a physical game. And some games just are. And yes, that was the other thing I was going to hit on. The group of people last night was amazing. And I think I might have been the only person in that whole group that had worked with everybody else there. Because obviously I've worked with Weird Guy and Slumber Snack and Crystal and Coda in a lot of Among Us stuff. But I also had Tom and Dan which a lot of other people on that stream hadn't really interacted with before. On my stream, we played Brew a few months back, also with Dakota, and Amanda Panda I've had on stream before. We played Welcome to New Las Vegas on stream. So I've had interactions with all of those people, and I think that also, and Jesse from Heart Board Games, I had on literally last Wednesday as a guest on the stream. So I've had interactions with every single one of those people, and I think that really helped me going into that, because I don't think there was anybody else in that stream that had interactions with every single one of those other people before. I don't even think Coda, to be honest. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of a unique position to be in. I really love that the Aussies happened to be the bad people. I don't know. It was just funny. It was great. It was so cool to have the audience. Yes, like I agree, Sweet and Low. I don't think you could ever have that type of interaction where the audience gets to listen on these private conversations in person. The fact that you could do that online, and literally the website that we used was so perfect. Coda did such a good job with the Discord. The Discord worked so seamlessly. It just all worked great. Maybe it depends on how good the facilitator is at keeping the time tight for every phase. There should never be quite enough time to get bored of time. And honestly, I feel like the very first round, where we had 10 minutes, might have been too long. Because honestly, I wanted to play 2 games last night. I wanted to. And I think Coda got into a rhythm in the second half of the game and tried to keep us short. I think we were all just kind of very hesitant in the first round to give out too much information, to really say anything. We were trying to get into feel for the game. Do you think you had like 20 people playing? Oh god, that sounds way too long. Yeah, I think 8. I think like 8 to 10. Pikachu. I think 8 to 10 is probably a really good number. But we had a really, really good group of people. Okay, so I have to pick some, and I am more than happy to continue this discussion, but I think that I need to at least try to attempt to play Between Two Castles and Mad King Louie as well. But 100%, your friend Dakota killed it last night. TLN as a whole killed it this weekend. And I just thought it was this, and I agree with the comment earlier that said your friend Dakota's stream was probably the top stream of the weekend. And that's absolutely nothing against Board Game Blitz, which was a great stream. It's nothing against any of our other wonderful streamers this weekend. But I really do think that your friend Dakota put on the best stream of the entire weekend, and huge props to her for all the preparation that she did to get that stream set up, because that was not easy to do. And the fact that originally she was supposed to have someone from the Blood on the Clock Tower company be the moderator and was going to play herself, and then that fell through, and so she had to be the moderator. It was legit just chef's kiss to Dakota. She did an amazing job. Okay, anything here that I just need to grab stuff? Ooh, I like that connected living spaces. That one does, because that one likes a living space. That's a kind of interesting one. This is also living space. This is living space. Oh, this is just one per living space. That's kind of nice. Food room. This is one, a food room. Nice. Okay, we don't want that one. We don't want this one. Corridor isn't a bad thing. And we got a lot of utility. Per connected. Okay, that's actually not bad. Crown storage room. Per connected sleeping room. Okay. So we have actually a lot of choices from this one. James, have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. She was a great mod, yes. That's good to know that 20 people makes it worse. Yeah. Like, well, I feel like there's very few games that play good at 20. Right? I mean, I couldn't imagine even, like, admittedly, I've never played Werewolf before. But I couldn't imagine playing Werewolf with that many people either. Or I couldn't imagine playing, I don't think you could play Hair Hydra or Secret Hitler. Obviously, you can't play Among Us with that many people. I just think that just sounds like too many people in general. You think 2 rooms with a boom is okay at 20? Okay, I've never actually got to play with that. I've never got to play that one before. I would like to play that. I would like to play Two Rooms in a Boom. I've just never actually had the opportunity to. And even just one player who takes too long to play can make a game drag. Yes. Too many. Yes. Joe, 100%. I'm actually going to take the Pikachu hat off for now. I think I've fully satisfied the 1,000 point redemption for that. But yes, it just takes one person. And every time you increase the player count, adds to that possibility for sure. You like Two Rooms in a Boom, and I don't know people who don't like it. Oh, but I know people who don't like it. Oh, okay. I don't really know too much about it, to be honest. I do remember hearing Crystal talk about that game before. It has a timer. Yeah, timer is super important. I think a set timer for each round of... I had a feeling when I said what I said that somebody else would redeem it. So Atticus, thank you. I like games that involve walking around. Okay. I don't have too many games like that. One of your favorite parodies is about Two Rooms. Really? Oh. So we got more Pikachu ears. The one Pikachu ear kind of like flops differently. This one kind of flops like straight up. This one comes up from like the side and kind of like smacks you. Like you're like, hey, how you doing? Whack. No, don't be sorry. It's funny. I like it. You got the nice Pikachu ears. Okay, let's pick some stuff. I kind of want to send this one that way. And send the food one over here. So we're going to pick these two for that castle. And send these ones. Actually, I put that in the wrong thing. Send these ones to this player. Alright. So now what we have to do, there aren't a lot of party games with walking around. Some LARPs are good at it. Yeah, I've never actually got to do a LARP before. I don't know if I would like it or not, to be honest. I think, again, it would depend on the people. Like, if I played a LARP with the people we played with last night, I probably would love it. Just because everybody there was great. And everybody had a little bit of a different dynamic, which is really nice, too. It all depends on the people. Yeah, I mean, honestly, even when we were playing Among Us, so I tried to play Among Us with other groups, and it just was not the same as when I played with our regular Among Us group. And honestly, it felt tiring and tedious, and some of the rooms and rules that they had were just weird. Abby says, I like escape rooms and those involve rocking around. I've actually never gotten to do a physical escape room. I do not like the... I'm not really a huge fan of the escape room games. Like, Exit and Unlock are not really my favorite thing. However, I have always been interested in doing an escape room. And honestly, this year at Gen Con, I know because I know they run escape room events. I haven't done one before. I really want to do an escape room. And honestly, now that, like, hopefully I'll have, like, I'll have friends that I've met over this last year who will hopefully be at Gen Con. I really want to do an escape room with people I know. I don't want to just do an escape room with, people I've never done before. But I definitely want to do an escape room. Let's see where I lost off chat. Could I handle a Power Rangers LARP? Probably. I feel like I would have a lot of fun with that. It would definitely have to depend on the theme. Like, if it was just generic fantasy theme or something like that, I probably couldn't be caught dead doing it. But, like, something like Power Rangers would probably be one of the few things that really get me into it. Joe says, I love escape rooms. I want to do some escape rooms after COVID. Yeah. And then Amber responds, how have you done any digital ones? I did one by Scrap Japan, and it was amazing. Huh. I think I remember you telling me about that, Amber, that, I don't know why this one's kind of like derpy. Is it like just bent wrong? No, they're like bent the same way. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of pokey. Pikachu ears. No, I haven't. There are some audio escape room RPGs from Escape This Podcast that I want to run for friends. Escape This Podcast is neat. I've never even heard of that. That's kind of cool. Huh. That is very cool. I've never even heard of those before. But, like, open invitation that if anybody's going to Gen Con this year, I know very few people probably are because, Gen Con 2021 is questionable at best for a lot of people. But if you are, let's try to let's make some sort of gaming happen. Like, I want to meet you guys. I'm not big enough to be like the Murphs or something, or Rolling Dice and Taking Names, or whatever, to have my own meetup, obviously. I'm not going to make an event for a meetup space, or like get a place at a place and have a meetup. But if you message me on Twitter or Discord and be like, hey, Rock, let's do something at Gen Con, I am down 1,000%. I would love to meet you guys at Gen Con. I would love to play games with you. I'd love just to share a drink, share a liquid in a cup. I'm not saying no drink. It does not have to be alcohol. Mostly, I don't drink alcohol. You want to share a Mountain Dew with me? Share a freaking Mountain Dew. Like, I would love to sit down and share a Mountain Dew and just chill and get to know people. I'm not gonna have my own booth. No. I'm unfortunately I am not of the Dice Tower fame in having my own booth. Well, yes, we would both have our own cup, obviously, or all have our own cups and sharing the Dew that way. Team Gladiators in an Arena, 100% agree. 100% agree. They're definitely gladiators. Obviously, me, who is a huge fan of Rome, anytime that I can insert my love for Rome and that sort of thing into a game, even if it's not supposed to be, they are gladiators in an arena. And yes, Ambi, I believe Ambi, it's funny because they say dice in a bowl or gladiators in an arena. I think Ambi actually looked at the specific rulebook for Strike, and it has the correct verbiage. I think for the rulebook in Strike, it says dice in an arena. So technically, according to the Strike rules, gladiators in an arena and dice in a bowl are both wrong, but I just like to think of them as gladiators in an arena because that's more fun. And I like to be fun. And thinking of them as just a dice in a bowl takes the life out of the game, in my opinion. Because, Strike is a very fun game, but unless you add your own theme to it, it's just chucking dice. But if you add a fun theme to it, then it just becomes more fun. I like that. I like when you can make things more fun. Anyway, let's flip some tiles and see what we can put out here. Because, I've been live for an hour and a half, and I haven't even finished my first turn in Between Two Castles. You like to be sus fun, right? Yes, I do like to be sus fun. It's true. I can't deny it. It's kind of my brand. At this point, Ambi, how can I not be? If I'm playing a game, like I said last night, immediately I had to do something sus, just because it's me. And if I don't do something sus, people are going to immediately think I'm sus anyway. Honestly, I was amazed if because I don't think Tom or Dan have ever played a social deduction game with me before. Everybody else in that chat has played Among Us with me before. If any of the other people would have been the imp, I would have died first night. I guarantee that any of those other people in the chat would have killed me first night. Like, Weird Guy, I love Weird Guy, he would have killed me night one. He would have killed me night one. Because they all know that while I'm the sus one, and I am very good at being sus and being the bad guy, I'm even better at being detective in Among Us. I honestly think that I'm a better detective than I am than an imposter in Among Us. And I think I proved that last night. So Tom and Dan being the imposters, or being the evil, not knowing that I'm a pretty decent detective in those type of games was a detriment to them. And honestly, I was when Dakota said that she handpicked all the roles, I thought for sure I was going to be on the evil team. I thought Dakota was just going to immediately make me evil because it's part of the brand. But it was funny. I had a great time. I want to play again. I don't know how evil really wins that game because I feel like it was it wasn't simple, but I feel like evil is kind of on the back seat of that. With only having 2 evil players and having 8 good, 2 and 6. I don't know, maybe not, because usually you play Among Us, you have 2 and 8. But yeah, and yes, 100%. I'm a theme game person. I love theme. I'm not as into abstract. I love theme. Some of my favorite themes. Anything Pokemon related. Anything Lord of the Rings related. Anything Power Rangers related. My game group, one of my and anything Marvel related. Those are my favorite themes. My game group loves Harry Potter. I'm not as big of a Harry Potter fan, but I will usually play the games. Okay, so this player... Why did I pick these 2 for this player? This doesn't have either one of these. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. But I think I was giving this to this player, not to that one. For this player, we were giving the food to over here and the observatory over there. And then for this player, they were getting the sleeping quarters and they were getting the utility. So let's go ahead and place all these in our castle. The corridor can go anywhere. The sleeping room needs to go either here or here. So in this case, I'm just going to put the sleeping room up top. And I'm going to put the corridor on this side. Where do I put it? Yeah, I put it here. Okay, for these ones, they want to have the living quarters and the corridor on the left and the right. Okay. This wants to be connected to shields, so we're going to put that on the right. And then this is not a shield, but this wants to be connected to living spaces, so we're going to place that here and see how that goes. And then we can still put a corridor on this side when they get the corridors. Legends redeems Pikachu ears. We got more Pikachu ears. Ah! Also, because you guys have been having fun with the Pikachu ears, if you look at the bottom of the channel redemptions, because nobody's done this yet either. If you look at the bottom of the channel redemptions, there is a newer redemption there that is pick a game. I think it is, what's it specifically said? Pick a game for me. And what that is if you scroll to the bottom of, towards the bottom of my page, there is a collection link that will link you to my BGG collection. Now, it is only half of my collection at this point, because when we reach 400 followers, so spread the word to get us to 400 followers. When we reach 400 followers, we'll be doing another Ask Rock Almost Anything and cataloging the second half of my collection, which is over here. Currently, all the games behind me are cataloged. So you can redeem 5,000 channel points and request a game that's behind me to be played at a upcoming recent date, basically. More often than not, it'll probably be a Thursday kind of thing. Maybe a Sunday, depending on if I have like games. Usually I'm using Sunday night to highlight games that I either I'm sent or that like I feel like are really, really prominent. And the Thursday night games maybe games that are slightly older. But depending on the game, I will feature it on either a Thursday or a Sunday night. And you can use 5,000 channel points to redeem that as well. And honestly, that's the most expensive channel point redemption I have. Most of mine are really cheap. Like the Pikachu ears. I might even I'm probably going to reduce the Guide the Raid, because I feel like the Guide the Raid is probably too expensive. I think Word Band is perfect, and I think Pick a Game is pretty good. Like I know other places like the Brothers Murph, they pick a game at like 50,000, but I don't want mine to be that high. I should have guide the rate lower though. I'm gonna actually fix that right now though. Let's make guide the raid instead of 2,000. Let's only make it 500. So I think it's a good thing that you guys can be involved by doing that. So that's now 500. The Pikachu ears is 1,000. Word band is 3,000, and pick a game is 5,000. I think that's pretty good. And if you guys ever have ideas for other channel point redemptions, please let me know because I'm always open to it. Atticus might be interested though. So I almost purchased something off of Facebook Marketplace earlier. There were toys. I think they weren't like the really good toys of these, but they were just toys. But somewhere fairly close to me had toy models of the Dragonzord, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Triceratops. They didn't have the others, but they had those three. And so I had messaged them and said I was interested in all of them. But the Tyrannosaurus and the Triceratops had already sold by the time that they had responded back to me. And so they only had the Dragonzord left. And it was kind of a drive just for the Dragonzord. As much as I love the Dragonzord, I didn't want to... We actually had a really good day today, so if I would have drived it would have been messing up the day and everything. But I almost got a Dragonzord thing. At some point, because I check Facebook Marketplace every day for some of this kind of funny stuff. At some point, I will be getting some sort of Power Rangers things. Because right now, I have nothing. I have Pokemon stuff. I have Yoshi stuff. The only Power Rangers things I have are like the miniatures in Heroes of the Grid. I want to get some sort of Power Ranger stuff because Power Rangers is a huge part of the channel. Were they like model kits that they built or something? No, they were like Imaginext toys, I think. Like they weren't like Legacy Collection or Hasbro stuff. They were more the younger children's toys, I think. But they were selling them like the Dragonzord was only selling for like $9 and the other two were like $3 each. It was basically like I think they were being sold by a mother who may not have had any idea of the value of this stuff. And I asked her, like, I asked, because the pictures weren't really that great. I asked her what kind of company or what they were from, and she didn't really even know. She just, like, when I asked her for the three things, she's like, oh, what are you wanting? Oh, the dragon one? And I was like, oh, goodness, you don't know anything about Power Rangers. Okay. The prices were good, but like I said, I really only wanted to drive out there if I would have been able to get all three of them. Because it would have cost me not probably more than gas than it would have cost me to actually buy the thing, but I don't know. It wasn't something I absolutely needed because I love the Dragonzord, but it wasn't like the nice Dragonzord that you could get for a lot more money. I'm nice. My son has a lot of those Imaginext figures, but not those Zords. Yeah, I know Imaginext did a lot of those ones. Which are fine. I mean, they're a good toy for children. Obviously, that's what they're made for. We also have tons of fighting figures of lightning figures. The kids love them. Yeah, I want to get some of those. I honestly regret not buying the pumpkin wrapper when I could have in. Ooh, this is interesting. So I put this one per connected downstairs room, and I put this one for downstairs rooms on the next two below. So I kind of want these to be next to each other, even though I want them on one on either side. So I'm actually tempted to do this, where I put them on like this way, and try to build basements down this way, and then like one here, and then I'll just have to put another utility on the other side here. Which is fine. We can definitely make that work. Okay, so that was round one. You bought 2 board games this weekend. Legends, well, when you lead with a question like that, you know the follow-up question. What did you buy? Let me go ahead and blow my nose real quick. Vampire the Masquerade Rivals, which was from Renegade Games, and Mandela Stones. I have seen Mandela Stones. I do not remember. That actually really makes my head warm. I don't know how Crystal leaves that on for as long as she does. I don't know who Mandela Stones is from. I've seen it before, though. Those sound like good games. I hope you enjoyed them, Legends. I definitely did not buy any new games this weekend. Yeah. I did not buy any new games this weekend. I guess technically there's still tomorrow. Oh, and also an expansion called Abyssal Depths for One Deck Dungeon. Cool. Well, that's awesome, Legends. Honestly, Legends, I look forward to when you get into streaming, because even if I can't catch the live videos, I will be watching all of your VODs to learn about so many new games, because you just have, like, I learn about games for the first time a lot of times from you, because you're always just like, oh, I bought this game, and I'm like, I've never heard of that before. That's really cool. All right, so let's start to pick out our next grouping of tiles, now that we have a little bit of a base. Honestly, like, this is taking a lot longer, and I knew it would, just because I'm chatting with you guys, and I love that, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm not really here to do this. What I'm here is to interact with you guys. I always reiterate that. But I always find a way to make a game that should last 45 minutes into like 3.5 hours. And I'm of all the things that I admire about the Brothers Murph, and there are many, many of them that I admire. The fact that they are almost always able to get a game played in about 2 hours, no matter that game, is so impressive to me. I don't know how that and I think part of it is that they're a duo, and one can play the game while the other one is chatting, and they have got that such down and into a rhythm, and I think that's partially because they're brothers and they just have spent their whole lives together and they just have a natural chemistry that people who are not brothers don't have. Atticus, 100%, it is their superpower. The fact that they can play any game, no matter what it says on the box, within that 2 hour time limit is just, they're amazing. And like I said, there's a lot of other reasons that I admire them, but that is the biggest one. Because I'll be playing a game, legit. This game should take no time, and we're already at 11:30, and I'm just like, now admittedly I started late, and then I talked for a while. I really even didn't start like setting up the game until like 10:15, but still, it's just like I'm not even done. Like I just started turn 2. But yeah, thinking about battling Hela, Marvel United. Okay, so that's another game that is going to be so high. Ambi, your streams are short too, and you do a very, very good job at that as well. My streams are always super, super long. You come to my stream, if you want to hang out for the whole time, you're going to be here for 3 to 4 to 5 hours. The other night I streamed for like 5.5 hours. I played Mario Kart. Then I played Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which is right here, if I can grab it without making too much noise. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. And then I played chess. And that stream went like 5.5 hours long, which was crazy. Yes, I mean, totally understandable. I mean, obviously, I can definitely relate to you. And that's a big reason why streaming during the day for me is just really not an option. Also I work every day. But even on the weekends, like I don't really try to stream during the day too often. We do the Saturday morning stream with Remy, and I've had Rory join me once before. But more often than not, just streaming through the day. I would love to, because I think that's a market. There's a lot of viewers out there that I could open up the channel to, but it's just, it doesn't. I'm hoping. My hope is, because prior to me getting into all this, every once in a while my wife would take Remy down to Florida to visit our family for like a week. And I know she wants to do that at some point with Remy and Rory. And if she does that, I'm going to be doing like... I might honestly just take time off of work and do like a live week stream. And just stream as much as possible to just get like to try it. I want to do a 24-hour stream so badly. I want to stream. I want to do one of those like marathon streams. But literally the only way I can do it is if I'm the only one home. I can't do it if kids are around. I can't do it if I have responsibilities for my children or my work or any of that. And so the only way I could do it is if my wife and my kids are on vacation, and then I take vacation from work. But I want to do that. It would just be so much fun. It would legit be so funny, and I'm sure that it sounds like 16 years from now. Yeah, exactly, Amby. I really want to try something like that, and I don't even know what I would do for the whole time yet. I would definitely try to have people join me. I would do all the different stuff that I do. I would do physical board games. I would do digital board games. I would do video game content. We would have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We might even have to have cooking stream. I don't know how I would set that up. I mean, obviously, I have a laptop that I used to use. Your babies were so sad yesterday because my husband put them to nap since I was getting ready for TLN. Oh, that hit as a father. Like, I look at that two ways. I look at that like, one, it's just generally sad because you never want the babies to be sad. But two, I also feel bad for your husband for the fact that the kids were sad that he was putting them to bed. Because as a father, and both of my boys adore my wife. Like, they 100% always go to her before me to get anything. So I get that, like, 100%. And then sometimes that hurts. Sometimes you're like, but I can help you too. Like, this thing that you want, your father, can also help you. And when then they always go to mom, you as the father are kind of like what? It's twofold. Because one, you're sad because your kids aren't coming to you for help, and two, it's frustrating for your wife because she's having to do everything. And so, like, I always try to help Melody, Mrs. Rock, with whatever the kids need if they will allow me to. But a lot of times, even if I'm trying to help them, they still try to go to her because that's just how kids are. Like, and I don't know if it's like, I think it's just inherent that kids are like, that naturally go to their mother for things first. And like, it's just kind of the way it is. Yeah, I feel bad for him and I wish they weren't so clingy, but one of them just gotten into a more clingy stage. Yeah, and it happens, Amby. Like, my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old are both like that. Like, it's just the way they are. Well, it's probably because they're around me more since I'm the primary character and he's usually working. Yes, and that's another thing. Like, even though I try to help, and that's one thing that drives me. So, sidebar. That's one thing that drives me nuts about the maternity and the paternity leave in this country. Because we literally go, oh, father, you don't need any time off, or very little. I mean, honestly, we give very little time off to the mother as well. The mother should have a lot more time off, but so should the father. People take that so much for granted, and the father should be able to have time off as well to spend with the children, especially when they're really young, not only to help the mother, but to be able to create a relationship with their children just like the mother does. Because so often, this is exactly what happens, is my wife, for both of my children, got to stay home with them for 3 months, whereas I literally got a week off of work because I used vacation, and after that I was back at work, and it's just like I don't get, and when you're at work all day, you just don't have that same relationship with them as staying home and taking care of them. Atticus says, my sons always want their mom over me because they don't see her as much since she's always working and I'm their primary care. Really, Atticus? See, that's really interesting. Because, like I said, in Ambi and my situations, it seems like the primary caregiver, which, like I said, I try to help my wife as much as possible, but she definitely does more than I do. And I'm very, very thankful for that, and I love her dearly for that. They seem to generally go towards the primary caregiver in that respect. So that's really interesting that they go to their mom even if she's not their primary caregiver. Literally the same room as them whenever they're awake. Oh wow, Ambi. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Bless you, Ambi. Bless you. I always see boys go to their moms and girls go more to their father when young. Yeah, I know there's some like psychology aspects at play in that. I don't know how much I buy into that. But perhaps that's true. I mean, obviously in the examples that myself, Ambi, and Atticus have all put forth, boys are going towards their mothers in this case. Primary caregiver or not. So maybe that is true. Maybe there is something to that. And then Ambi says it's been great that her husband has been able to work from home and hang out with them. Yeah, but it's still not the same as, being able to be home in those very early stages where you can feed them and you can take care of them. And that was like another thing too that was really hard for me was my wife has nursed both my children for a whole year, their whole first year of birth. And there are chances to feed them bottles, but most of the time, it's just they're screaming. What do we want to do? Let them nurse or take the time to warm up a bottle? Most of the time, the answer was nurse, obviously. So that's something that's like a bonding point that the mother, if in that case, not all mothers choose to do that, which is perfectly fine. But in this case, the mother will have a relationship with the child that the father just will not have. And that's just something. And because even trying to feed a bottle, like feeding a bottle to the child, is just very different. It's not nearly as a bonding moment as nursing will be. So, it's just another thing. Ambi says, I haven't seen many baby girls yet, but I have a couple nearly born nieces, so I guess maybe I'll hear some about that soon. Yeah, and I would, I would love to know what study comes from that down the line to find out if, are they more drawn to their father, or are they drawn to their mother, or who's the primary caregiver? And every situation is going to be different. You can never make general assumptions about any person because any individual is going to be different. You were not able to nurse, and you both fed them in the first 4 months. And I think your situation is a little interesting too, since you have twins. Like, I couldn't imagine. I have 2 boys, but my boys are 3 years apart. I could not imagine having twins. I couldn't imagine I remember when we had Remy, I was so lost. I did not know what to do. With Rory, after going through it all, I felt like a pro. Like, I remember that first night in the hospital after Remy was born, I laid there while he cried, or sat there in the chair, holding him, going, what do I do? And I remember the first night in the hospital with Rory, where I was changing diapers and I was burping him and I was holding him and I was patting his back and lulling him to sleep, and like it was like a tale of, it was night and day. It was night and day between the first one and the second one. And even coming home too was like it was just so much more comfortable with everything. I couldn't imagine having them both at the same time and having to learn on the fly how to do that stuff with no experience before for two of them. So again, bless you, Ambi, because like that scares the hell out of me. Early on, they went through phases of wanting to be fed only by me or by my husband sometimes. But now they both go to me for comfort. Yeah. I mean, that's just because you're around them more often. Most likely. You know, between being their mother and being around them, it's just, you take care of their needs. So they're going to go to you. Like, that kind of makes sense. You're the one that, does them. And it helped a lot. I'm not sure how we would have survived without all the twin parenting groups and stuff online. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can. That's a good point. But yeah, that's really cool. It's really funny though, because my wife is technically a twin. Her twin did not survive pregnancy. Only she did. And so she was Bonzinator. Hey, Bonzinator. Only my wife survived, even though she was a twin. And then my wife's brother has a set of twins. And so it was like super, it's like super, and like they have other twins in their family. My family doesn't have any twins. But because she herself was a twin and her brother has twins and like it's just in their family, we thought it was a very high probability that we could have had twins. And for the first one, we were kind of open to it because if we had twins, that would have just been it. But when we conceived for the second time, I was scared because I did not want a second, because I wanted two kids. And I did want a girl. I got two boys, and that's fine, and I'm very happy with my boys, and I love them to death, and that's all we want. I did want a girl going in though. But I was just I know the second time around when we were going to get the ultrasound and find out, the gender and how many are there and everything, I was just like, don't be twins. Because I didn't want to go from 1 to 3. 1 to 2 has been hard enough for me personally. 1 to 2 has been hard enough. I could not imagine going from 1 to 3. And we have a friend. And we have a friend who had that exact same thing happen, and her brother had that exact same thing happen, where they had one kid and they went to have another kid and then they had two. And it's just like, Bonzinator, I need to get you a shout out because you are awesome. Bonzinator will be joining us along with Crystal Dax and Eclectic Camel on Wednesday night after we have Silver Metal Tavern on for community game night. They will all be joining us for Super Mario Party on Wednesday night at 11:30 Eastern. So stay tuned for that, but just follow Bonds for amazing content Monday through Fridays. She plays games like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. Just recently has been doing more board game content, which is awesome. And I'm super happy that Bonds has been doing more board game content because Bonds is an amazing board gamer and plays hecka heavier stuff than I ever play. I can't play half the heavy stuff that Bonds plays. And I had Bonds as a guest on Rolling with Rock for the April TLN. We played Role Player with Bondsinator and Meeple Conrad and had a great time with that. Also, you will see that I hardly ever go live on Friday nights, and that is because I'm usually over in Bondsinator's chat hanging out on Friday nights playing Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers, And if you have those games, you should definitely come by Bonsonator's chat on Friday night and join us because we play both of those games with chat. All you have to do is be Bonsonator's friend. Super easy to do. And you get to join us for play. And her mods take such a good care of allowing people to play. So please go ahead and do that for us. Amby says, only fraternal twins are hereditary, and through the mother. So I think your wife's brother having twins is unrelated to your wife being one. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it'll be so scary having twins for a second kid if you just wanted to. And then I see people on Reddit with 2 sets of twins. I don't know, maybe 2 sets of twins might not be that bad. Blanket term! Thank you so much for that raid. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you are all having an amazing Sunday evening and Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. We got a snuggle party from Unhealthy Kale. What were you guys up to tonight? Thank you so much for that raid. For the raiders coming in, my name is Rock. This is Rolling with Rock. I'm a physical board game, digital board game, and video game variety stream here on Twitch. I go live almost every night of the week at around 9 p.m. Eastern, and I stream well into the evening, into the night, especially here on the East Coast. I am currently doing well. Ended the stream crying about pizza. I mean, I'm doing keto right now, so I'd probably be crying about pizza too because I can't really have pizza. But I'm currently playing Between Two Castles or Mad King Ludwig, or kind of playing. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I haven't even finished the second turn. We've just been having an amazing chat about a bunch of different stuff. Currently, we're talking about kids, and specifically twins. So welcome for that. Of course, and thank you for the shout out. We appreciate it. Played Arkham Horror with Silver Metal Tavern. Silver Metal Tavern's everywhere. Silver Metal Tavern will be here on this stream on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And we'll be uptime. There you go, Bonds. We'll be streaming with us for Community Board Game Night, where we play games with you all in the chat on Board Game Arena. All you have to do is have a free Board Game Arena account, and you get to join us. You can recommend a game to play. You can just jump into whatever we're playing. We've had a really, really fun time doing that. I've done that for just about a month now, and I've started having guests join us for that. So if you would like to be a guest, or if you would like to see somebody guest with me for Community Game Night, please go ahead and just shoot me a message. I'd love to have people on. I'm looking to have a guest join me every week. Silver Metal Tavern is great. I 100% agree. But this Wednesday is jam-packed. Like, this Wednesday is going to be the busiest night of this stream, which is really funny because it didn't intend it to be. I accidentally double booked, and I'm just going to make it work. So this Wednesday night, from 9 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I'm going to be joined by Silver Metal Tavern, and we're going to have Board Game Community Night like we do every Wednesday. Then, that actually could be a channel point. That actually would be a really, really good idea, Sweet and Low. Oh, Game Jedi, I need your assistance to write this down on our Google Doc, because I will forget. Come out of your lurking hole. Yeah, I need to be better about having guests, and I feel like the Community Game Night is a good way of doing that, but I want to have guests even on my Thursday night and my Sunday night shows. I'm so bad at communicating to people. It's really funny, because I went to school for communication, but I'm so bad at reaching out to people. Because I'm so afraid that people are going to say no, and I don't know why. That's the introvert in me. I'm so afraid that people are just going to be like, no. And then honestly, because that's been happening a lot, especially with like publishers, that I'm fearful that that content creators are also going to say no. I don't know why. But everybody who's been on my stream so far, or I've been able to guest on, have just been amazing, and super, super awesome. But yeah, so 9 to 11:30 board game community night this Wednesday. At 11:30, Bonzinator, Crystal Dax, and Eclectic Camel are all going to come over to the stream. We're going to fire up the Switch. We're going to leave the board game world, go to the video game world, and we're going to play online Super Mario Party for the very first time for me. And because it's like a 2 or 3 year old game now that they just added online connectivity for. And so we're going to play, because Mario Party is basically a board game with mini games. Like, I would love to see a board game Mario Party in some aspect. I think that would be super, super fun. I would love it. So, I mean, it's a board. You're rolling a die. You move a certain amount of spaces, and then you play a game. It's a board game. So we might as well play it with, board gamers that play video games on their stream. So, Bonds is a board gamer who plays video games. Eclectic Hammer is a board gamer who plays video games. Crystal Dax is a board gamer who plays video games. Like, I'm a board gamer who plays video games. It just worked so well. The group of people are amazing. It is Wednesday night. I'm going to, yes, it is a multi-guest stream. I'm having 4 guests that night. I'm having Silver Meadow Tavern from 9 to 11:30, and then I'm having Bonds, Crystal, and David Eclectic Camel from 11:30. It'll probably be about 11:30 to 12:30 Eastern Time. The game should only take about an hour. I know we've only talked about this one time so far, but I'm looking forward to possibly getting, even if it's not with this specific group again, I'm looking forward to making more Mario Party happen. So that's another thing. If you, first off, if you guys aren't doing so, please be a part of my Discord community. This is not my server. So that, I know that's been confusing to a lot of people. It's not my server. It's a Ross from Work Games Please server. However, I have my own channel there. And the reason I did it this way is so that you guys don't have to join more Discords. I'm in like 50 Discords. There's too many Discords. So by being as part of Ross's Discord, that a lot of people probably already are a part of, I can reach more people and not have them have to be another Discord. More Discords, please. Exactly. There's too many Discords. There's just too many. Like, I'm in 50, but I have like 3 that aren't unmuted. And so like I myself thought, like, I had already been thinking of this idea, and then when Ross was like, hey, I'm kind of thinking about opening up my Discord for other people, I was like, yes, this is kind of what I was looking for. And we only have 3 people that have Discord community spaces on Ross's channel, and we all kind of do it a little bit differently, and I think it works really well. But go to my Discord. You can that is literally the best place to reach me if I am not currently live. Twitter works too. Twitter is a great place to reach me. I usually can be caught on my Twitter often. But if you're ever looking to talk to me about stream stuff, I always say hit me up on Discord. It just works perfect to keep things in a place where I can see them for a while. And I honestly, I really love our Discord community page. I think it works really, really well. Ross makes a wonderful community, and the fact that we can ride on the last of Ross's coattails in that respect is much appreciated. But yeah, I really want to have more guests. I really want to do just more collaboration stuff, and I really just want to get more games played. So for a while there, I really did a lot of video game content, and I still am going to be doing video game content, but I want to get more board games played. And I feel like board games just are, like, I enjoy playing video games, but I feel like the board games are just my bread and butter, and it's 90% of my community are board gamers, and that's great. So I want to, and I have a huge collection of board games that, with kids and all that, I just don't have time to play. And so how do I get these games played? I play them on stream for you guys or with you guys. Like that's ooh, Bonds is playing Smash. Ooh. Okay. Jedi's playing Fall Guys, making me want to play Fall Guys. Bonds is playing Smash, making me want to play Smash. Y'all, I'm supposed to be playing a board game here. Meanwhile, I'm on turn 2. And it's almost midnight here. My God. I want to play a game now. Haha, I'm editing. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I need to... one of the reasons I'm considering cutting back some days... Pokemon Shield. Ooh, good, too. Stop talking to me. I can't help it. There's a giant thing that pops up on the bottom of my screen that says, this person is playing this game. But yeah, like, I need to work on getting more content edited. I'm really, really bad at that. Hatching eggs for 4 hours. What are you trying to hatch, Atticus? What shiny are you trying to get? Or are you trying to get something competitive? Either way. Alright. Let's play a couple of rounds here. We will continue talking because talking is the best part of the streams. If you have any questions, like I said, if you don't like editing, you don't have to make editing content. Yeah, I really hate editing. I will 100% say this. If I ever was lucky enough to make it big enough to be able to afford an editor, it is literally that is the first thing that I would invest in. I would invest in somebody editing my content because, like, most of the big streamers, that's what they do. Obviously, I would happily, if I could afford to do so, if I made money from this, if I made money from Twitch, I would happily pay somebody the right wage, because I do not want to underpay. Whatever the right wage is for an editor, I would pay them happily to do my editing. Because, one, it will be beneficial for me. It would be beneficial for my channel, for my growth, to have good edited content, obviously. And two, I wouldn't have to spend the time doing that when it is something that I remember, you know, and people who were around during Rocktober will know this. Ambi and Bonds, definitely. Rocktober killed me. Like, literally, I was sick for the whole first week and a half of November. Like, really, really ill. Because I stayed up so late every single night editing content. Because I hated it so much. And it took so long to do. Beyond like all my goals for what the channel is. To be able to afford someone, again, a correct wage, not cheaply or you know, whatever, the correct wage that you would pay an editor, because I 100% would want to do that. If I could get to the point where I could afford that, would be the absolute dream. Absolute dream. I have two dreams in board gaming right now. One is that, and the other one is to somehow get a promotional rock card for Wingspan. Because if you don't know a rock, my logo, you see the die with the bird in it. A rock is a bird. Most people don't know that. A rock is basically a giant eagle from Middle Eastern mythology that J.R.R. Tolkien, I'm playing on the Lord of the Rings map, right? J.R.R. Tolkien actually based the eagles of Middle Earth on the lore of rocks, which is what this is kind of a hidden Easter egg. Most people don't know that. I might be explaining that on stream for the first time. Most people don't know that the eagles from Middle Earth were actually based off of what my mascot of my stream is. So while this may not seem like a thematic Matt, and it might just be, people would just see it as Lord of the Rings. It actually ties into the theme of the channel. It is, well, it's not the specific reason why I picked the mascot, but it is one of the reasons. So I went to the University of Pittsburgh, and University of Pittsburgh are the Panthers. However, the mascot's name is Rock, R-O-C. And long before I went to the University of Pittsburgh, my sister went to the University of Pittsburgh. She's 6 years older than me, so she went there. And basically, and I'm pretty sure I followed the University of Pittsburgh even before she went. Basically, once I found out that the University of Pittsburgh's mascot name was Rock, I incorporated that as part of my gamer tags and all my online presence in like gaming. I was always I was a Rock, and then I had a different prefix or a different suffix. But I basically made Rock my online persona because I just really, really liked it. And I liked ROC. People see that it's different. It's not ROCK. It's ROC. But when you see ROC, you know it's Rock. Like, people don't question how to say that. And eventually along the time, I found out what a rock really is. I found out what a rock is. This massive, gigantic, mythical bird, this mythical eagle, and it's so majestic, and it's such a cool story. I really invite you all to kind of look into what a rock is, and it's just such a cool beast. And like, my logo is an amazing logo, but I don't really feel like it fully gives credence to what a rock is. But it does such a good job. Like, I love my logo a lot. But there is hidden meaning to this playmat, that the Eagles of Middle-earth and a rock are basically the same thing. And I think that's such a cool little Easter egg that very few people up until tonight, right now, even knew. But I really, really like. I had gone back in my head, because another thing I considered for my logo was a rock hopper penguin. For instead of the rock, the mythological bird, it could have been a rock hopper penguin. Because penguins are my favorite animal, and they have always been. And I thought that was kind of cool too. And I've kind of thought of making a rock hopper penguin as like a secondary logo. But when I really thought about it, I was like, what's going to have a cooler presence? A rock hopper penguin, or this mythical bird, named a rock? And so that's kind of what I settled on. Also, like, another goal of the channel is I want to get a transition. And again, this is when I can afford to actually pay somebody the right work to make this. I want to get an animated transition when I switch scenes, that a die roll comes across, like, it comes onto the screen and lands how the die is on the logo. So like the 6 up and the 3 out. And then the rock flies out of the die. So kind of like where that die is there, but you have the die roll in first and then the rock fly out. And that be the transition animation. I eventually want to really get that made. Also, hello, Time Roller. Thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. I hope you are well. How have you been? What games have you been up to lately? Go ahead and get you a shout out. Yeah, again, these are just things that are in my head about things that I would love to make the channel look better. But I would just love that little transition. I would use that transition for here, and then as like an intro on YouTube content too, because I just think it would be really, really cool. But that's just something that I've had in my head pretty much since I had the logo made. But I haven't really looked into the cost of an animated transition like that before, just because, like I said, I'm not really making money from the stream yet. if when I can make money from the stream, because right now basically I've invested everything I've made from the stream at this point. I've invested back into the channel, and then like fivefold of my own money. But when I can put money, when I'm making money to actually put towards the channel, I'm not trying to pay off debts of the channel at this point. I will be looking to make improvements like what we've talked about, because I think it's super important to continually try to improve. You don't want to rest on your laurels, especially in Twitch. There's so many wonderful places that you can watch content, even in board gaming, that you don't want to just 100% rest on what you're already doing. And that's why over the last 8-9 months, I've gone from streaming on a laptop and a 19-inch monitor to now streaming on a gaming PC that we have a PC goal for, and a 24-inch and a 27-inch monitor. And I've upgraded my camera, and I've upgraded my microphone, and I've upgraded my capture card and my down cam. My down cam used to be my cell phone. It used to be my cell phone. Now it's a $650 Sony A6000 that, isn't cheap. But, I've upgraded so that you can actually see the game versus, the camera, the cell phone, because I don't feel like the cell phone was ever really clear. But that's just, something that I wanted to do, because I want to be able to go and say that, when if I go to a publisher and I say, I will be showing off this game on stream, this game will be on a clear, Twitch doesn't do it. I can shoot 4K. I have a 4K camera and I have a 4K capture card. I can capture stuff in 4K if I want to. So I don't know how many people in board gaming can say that. Like, there's some professional people who just have amazing setups and do so much better content than me. But I wanted something nice. And once I could afford to do so, I did. And I'm hoping that eventually I can pay that off. But that's going to take a while, because some of this stuff was really, really expensive. I want to learn to make animated strips. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever. I'm sure, obviously you can always learn things. I don't know if I want to take the time to learn that stuff. I'd rather pay somebody who knows how to do it, to be honest. Played in person with my game group Saturday. The King is Dead and the Glass Palace. I've never heard of the Glass Palace, but that's very cool. I'm glad you got to play with your game group in person, Tyrone. That's actually really, really exciting, because not everybody gets to do that. And Legend said, starting a battle against Hela, any heroes I recommend I play from either the core or the big box. Ooh. Sorry it took me a minute to get that to Legends. Well, obviously my favorite character is Blade. So if you haven't used Blade, I would say use Blade. Don't use characters you've used before unless you've used all the characters. Trying to think of characters that were in the big box, because I really like using characters from the big box. The big box has a lot of really fun characters. I also really liked Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was a lot of fun. Scarlet Witch is interesting. Honestly, Howard the Duck was actually kind of fun. But if you're fighting Hela, I would use some people that go with Asgard. So I would use. Are there any Asgardians in the Valkyrie? Valkyrie's in the Asgard box. Are there any Asgardians in the big box? I can't remember now. If there are any Asgardians in the big box, I would use them. But like I said, you could also do. Actually, the Guardians would be kind of fun. I feel like you could do, because there's a lot of Guardians in the big box. You could do Drax, Mantis, and Nebula versus Hela. That'd be kind of a cool little thing, right? Maybe do that. Maybe do that, Legends. That could be fun. Okay, It is. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to get through like the first round of this game. I'm so bad, guys. I'm not bad. I'm having a blast talking with you guys. We've had more chat tonight than in a long time. And honestly, I'm actually feeling the best that I've had in a long time, too. So, this is a great game. Don't get me wrong. Please buy and play this game. Because this is going to be in my top 10 the next time I make a top 67 in October. This will be in my top 10. I guarantee it. And that will be 3 Stonemaier games in my top 10, which would be crazy. But I've just been having such a good time talking with you guys, and I'm probably not going to stay up for too much later. Atticus says, I've been tempted to stream since I have a lot of hardware needed, but I'm an introvert and not entertaining, plus it's a crowded market. Atticus, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you at all, because I am also, I may not come off of it on stream half the time, but I am 100% an introvert, and it can be a crowded market, and honestly, even since I started streaming, it became more crowded because a lot of other wonderful streamers have come by. But you have to remember one thing, especially in board gaming. If I don't know if you're tempted to do board gaming or otherwise, but either way, specifically in the board game community, we're not competitors. I am not a competitor with Ambi. I'm not a competitor with Time Roller. I'm not a competitor with Brain in the Jar or Blanket Term or Weird Guy or Doom. These people are not my competitors. We are playing a cooperative game. We are collaborators. We are trying to better board game Twitch and hobby board games as a whole. Working together. When you guys are watching another board gamer play board games, that helps us all. There is not a community in Twitch as tight-knit as the board game community here. We support each other. We have these wonderful events like TLN. But even otherwise than that, we raid into each other. We always support each other. We come out to streams of other people just to say hi and lurk, even if it's not something, if we can't sit down and physically engage in at that moment. We support each other. And there's very few communities on Twitch that probably do that. And then not only do we welcome the board game streamers, but we welcome other streamers into the community that may not stream board games often, but are board gamers. 2 great examples like that are the amazing Bonzinator and the amazing Marky Mark, who, Bonzinator has recently started streaming board games, but long before Bonds had ever streamed a board game, she had been welcomed into as part of board game Twitch. And same with Mark. Mark very rarely streams board games, but he is part of board game Twitch. And we fully encompass, Ambi does a lot of puzzle stuff and is part of that, and puzzles are tabletop related, but not necessarily board game. Very, very similar, but not the same thing. But this community encompasses all of that. We encompass everyone. And every time a new board gamer comes in the streaming, none of the board game streamers go, oh gosh, another board game streamer. We go, hey guys, there's a new board game streamer. Like this new streamer, Bearable One. Please go and check out Bearable One. Or oh, hey, Brain in the Jar just started streaming. Please go check out Brain in the Jar. Oh, Atticus is just starting to stream board games. Please, hey, we're going to go raid Atticus a bunch of times and get Atticus over 50 followers in like 3 streams so that they can become an affiliate. Like, that's how board gamers are here on Twitch. We do not go... Is it busy right now, Atticus? Sure. But nobody I know in board game Twitch looks at another streamer in board game Twitch and says, oh, you're my competitor. Nobody. That is not our mindset. Atticus, you will be entertaining. even if you're an introvert. Because you know what you will be? You will be you. And I 100% encourage you, if it's something you want to do. Don't do it just because you have the gear to do it. Do it because you want to. But if you want to do it, you will be entertaining in your own way. I'm not entertaining in the same way as the Brothers Murph or Crystal and Ambi or Bonzinator are. I hope that I'm entertaining in my own way, because I don't want to do just what everybody else is doing. I want to be me, and I bring a different energy to streaming than, say, the Murphs or Bonds. They're very, very high energy people. I'm most of the time, fairly calm, unless you get me ranting on something. But most of the time I'm fairly calm, and I bring kind of a chill energy. I like to have a chill environment here. But that's just different. And I can still be, but I hope, I can't say that I am or I am. It's not my decision to judge. It is my viewers' decision to judge. I hope that I have been able to entertain you guys, because that's a huge part of this. This isn't, me streaming isn't just about me streaming. It's about me being able to, connect with you guys on a personal level and have fun and have engaging content and conversations, even if we don't even make it through turn 2 of Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So even if you're an introvert, even if you don't think you will be entertaining, even if you think it is a crowded market, don't let any of that stop you, Atticus. If it's not what you want to do, then that's okay. But if you want to do it, and those are the reasons why you're thinking and I'm not doing it, don't let those stop you. Because the board game Twitch community will embrace you, and your entertainment will be who you are. You don't have to try to pretend to be the Murphs. You don't have to try to pretend to be, anybody you look up to in board gaming or in Twitch in general. Honestly, I've watched some of the streamers who have, I've tuned into, streams of, big streamers. I was generally intrigued on why do streamers like Ludwig and Pokimane and these people have tens of thousands of viewers. And so I've watched a couple of their streams, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I legit don't get it. I don't know what is so entertaining about these people. Whereas I watch someone like Bonds or someone like Ambi, and I'm completely enthralled. And they're two very different people. Very different energies. And I love both of their streams. I love hanging out in Ambi's stream. I love hanging out in Bonds' stream. Some of my favorite places to be in all of Twitch. But I watch these people who have tens of thousands of viewers and legitimately don't understand it at all. But Jedi, thank you so much for popping out of the event. Panic's daughter had an affiliate stream during TLN. I just stopped by and say hello. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, Panic, on Patsy getting affiliate. That is great. I totally agree. It's worth trying if you want to. Exactly. Rock, entertaining what? Is that why I'm always in Rock stream? Yes. Go ahead. You know what? Let's do it. Copy. The box is kind of in my way, making this slower. Ah, dang it. I misclicked. There we go. Please follow Atticus, because Atticus is cool. I don't know if I do already. I bet you I do. No. Wait. Where's the follow button? Oh, the whole page hasn't loaded yet. Ah, stupid Twitch. Boom. Why do I have a notification? Oh, I was gifted the Tier 1 subscription to Brain in the Jar 2 hours ago. That's cool. That's cool. Nice, Legends. Well, I think I'm number 3. So please follow Atticus. Let's get Atticus to, like, what? There's 22 viewers here right now. let's get Atticus to like 15 followers before they even stream. But not even before they even stream. Before they even like think about streaming. Let's get Atticus to 15 followers and encourage Atticus to follow that dream if they so decide to. This is not peer pressure. 100% if you decide not to do so, Atticus, that is okay. But if you want to do it, 100% do it, my friend, and I'll be hanging out because anybody who wants to do this should do it. And that's the same thing for Legends. Legends, I know you've talked about it before. If you want to do this when you can, do it because honestly, the more people I look at it, the more people the better. The more people the better. Because there are so many. If you look at any video game category on Twitch, there are so many people streaming every game. And for board games, sometimes it's less than 10. And it's just like, we think it's a community, it's a crowded market. But in reality, it's very, very small still. And we have another Pikachu ears from Time Roller. Pika Pika. I'm glad the Pikachu ears got really redeemed a lot here tonight. This is kind of cool. I don't know how often it will happen. And some nights I'll probably forget the Pikachu ears and have to take them back. Have to go upstairs and get them when somebody redeems it. But I'm glad that these are getting redeemed because this is a lot of fun for me, actually. Okay, so let's take a turn. I need to clear my nose too, actually, to be honest. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm feeling a lot better than I was initially, like last week at this time. I didn't even stream last week, Sunday. But my nose is still kind of runny. It's kind of just what happens. Atticus says, gotta set up my down cam for board games. Atticus, like 100%, if you have a good down cam, use it. If you don't have a good down cam at first, use your cell phone. Tons of people do that, and it's perfectly acceptable. Your cell phone, you can set up your cell phone to transmit to your computer, and there's free programs that will do that, and it's still pretty good quality video. I highly recommend that. Anyway, so I want a utility over here. So these three are actually good for that, and then I would like a food over there, but we don't. Nope, that's an outdoor. I don't have any foods. Let's see if there's anything else that would be interesting. There is a sleeping thing, so this utility likes to be connected to sleeping. This is just another sleeping one, which isn't necessarily a bad thing either. This is this is a living space that is surrounded by. That's not necessarily a good one. This one should be for that. And let's go. I was thinking about just giving them the sleeping one. Okay, so this is going to be this group. So these are for this character. What do we got? Battle begins. Mantis, Drax, and Nebula versus Hela. I wonder how that would really go down. Hela would probably wipe them, wouldn't they? Hela would probably destroy them. Yeah, cell phone works well. I never use mine for streaming, but Crystal does. I have a decent camera, I think. Okay, good. Dakota! Oh my gosh, Dakota, we spent so much time earlier in the stream talking about how wonderful last night was, my friend. You were absolutely amazing, and huge credit goes out to you for how wonderful Blood in the Clock Tower was last night. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of that, Dakota, because that was such a good time. And I can't believe I can't believe, Dakota, that you allowed me to think that I was the Undertaker the whole night. And then you're like, no, you're not the Undertaker. You're just the Sandman. And it's like, ugh. I was literally one of the coolest wrestlers ever. And no, I'm just a drunk. Well, the funny thing was, Dakota, is even though my role was wrong, like I wasn't the right person. And yes, I was, when you generally said that Slumber was the virgin, I was so confused. Because it never clicked in my mind that I was the drunk. It never clicked until you told me when we came back around. But the funny thing was, is even though I was a drunk Undertaker, the drunk still figured it out. I was the one who cracked the case. So it was really funny. But I don't know. I had a blast, and it was really like, I legitimately, because I saw people in the chat. I was saying this earlier. I immediately watched the VOD. While Silver Metal Chavin was streaming, I was watching the VOD because I had to. I stayed up until 3 a.m. just to watch it. And I saw people in the chat talk about how, oh, Rock must have played this before or things like that. And it's like, no, legitimately, I went into that game completely blind, never playing before, not knowing how to play at all until we started playing the game. And I only looked up roles when somebody mentioned a role. So when, like, Tom mentioned he was the fortune teller, I looked up what the fortune teller did. When I was told I was the Undertaker, I looked up what the Undertaker did. Crystal told me she was the mayor, so I looked up what the mayor did. And that was the only thing that I thought it was best to do it that way versus knowing everything about the game and then possibly, like, metagaming myself into a corner. And going, oh, this role would be doing this, or this role should want to do that, so I shouldn't do that, or I should do that because this role says I should. And it's just kind of like, I didn't want to do any of that. And I wanted to pick up more on what people were saying versus what role could do what. And I very quickly picked up on this combination of Tom and Dan. And Tom seemed to be controlling the narrative. And so I posted that clip in a couple of different places that you probably have seen. I posted the clip of having a private conversation with Crystal where I basically called it on night 2 that Tom was the imp pretending to be the fortune teller trying to protect his minion Dan. And it was, honestly, it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with that whole stream, Dakota. I honestly, going into it, I thought I would have more fun with the cast of characters and not necessarily the game, because I'm not really a huge social deduction gamer like that. I like Among Us, but that's about it. And I was unsure about the game, but I was sure about the people. Everybody in there I've had the pleasure of streaming with before, and I think I was the only one in the chat that possibly had done something with all of those people before, and I had such a good time. I knew the people were gonna make the stream, but even the game was really, really good. I had a lot of fun with the game, and a huge credit of that goes to you, Dakota, because you did such a good job of wrangling us in when we needed to be wrangled, to jumping between chats like you just mentioned, where you were in Dan, Jesse, and Tom's chat, and Jesse basically spilled the beans of what they were to the two evil people, which was hysterical. But I just had I don't know. It was just and the fact that people weren't trusting me, which I think kind of played in my favor, because I think Tom was trying to make me be the sus person right from the start, because Tom was like, oh, Rock and Dan, one of those two is evil, and then Dan and Jesse, neither of them are evil, so Rock must be evil. But Dan was trying to keep me, Tom was trying to keep me alive so that I would take the rap at the end. But I was the one who figured it out, and people believed me, which was great. Dutch Yoda's here! Dutch. How are things in the Netherlands, my friend? I hope you are well. If you guys want to see even more amazing content, not just from your friend Dakota, and all the other wonderful streamers we've had in chat, please go check out... Oh, Dutch, you were playing... Dutch, when were you streaming Super Mario Party? How did I miss that? My gosh, I'm so bad, Dutch. I need to check out all your VODs. I can't believe I missed Super Mario Party. I would love to play Super Mario Party with you, my friend. I'm going to be playing it this Wednesday night with Crystal and Eclectic Camel and Bosinator, and I would love to play Super Mario Party with other people. It's legitimately my favorite game right now, so I'm glad I was able to share it. It was my most ambitious stream I've ever done, with the setup in the chat jumping. So, Dakota, you aced that. Not even aced, you S-tiered that. You had the Discord work perfectly. You had the stream setup look beautiful, because I went back and watched the VOD immediately, and it was so good. That's why I gave you the drunk, because I knew people would suss you for no reason. So I thought giving you that would be funny. Yeah, and honestly, I think it worked. And at no point, even though the drunk had come into the conversation, did I think that I could be the drunk. Because I was generally confused by... Honestly, I was generally confused by my power to begin with, that I didn't get to know what Jesse's role was. And then when you came back to me and told me that Slumber was the drunk, it made sense. It didn't, you didn't tell me Slumber was some role that didn't make any sense. And so I was just like, okay, Slumber was the drunk. And I moved on. And I thought we had eliminated the drunk. Which is really, really funny. But, because I don't think we actually got to use, I don't know if I got to use my power again or not. Because Weird Guy was killed. And then Weird Guy was killed in the night, so I didn't get to find out Weird Guy's power, what they were. And then it was the 5 of us in the final night, and that's when I cracked the case. Or got everybody else to believe me that I cracked the case. I had cracked the case prior to that, but you played last Saturday with your son. Oh, okay. That's fun. Did you like it, Dutch? Did you like online play? Or you didn't play online play, you just played with the two of you? It was only 3 days, which is very unusual because you guys didn't kill night 1, which almost never happens. How many nights does Blood on the Clock Tower usually go? Because, to me, from the very beginning, you could tell you hadn't played much before, but it made it a lot of fun. Oh yeah, the first night it was definitely like a feeling out phase. The first night, but once I figured out that when people die at night, I don't obviously I wasn't actually the Undertaker, but I thought I was the Undertaker. And when I thought that people, I thought that anybody dies, I got to know their role, not just when we kill them during the daytime. So after that point, once you clarified that, I was just trying to kill people. I'm like, I want to know roles. I don't care what you are. I want to know roles. And people thought, and honestly, that was even sus for people. Because I didn't want to be like, I'm the Undertaker. Don't kill me, please. And it was very hard. It's very hard to have a role that is like information gathering because you don't want to die, but you don't want people to kill you because you want to gather that information. It was just the two of us. I have not tried online play yet. Looking forward to it. Dutch, I would love to play with you sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun. Depending on the amount of players, 3 to 5 with a player being executed and a player killed each night. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought we did really well. And for the time frame, I would have loved to play 2 games. I thought that would have been cool. But I think we just took too long on the first night and then didn't do anything. And that really set us back on time. If we would have took the time we did and then actually killed somebody, it might have been okay. But because we didn't kill anybody right away, which I kind of don't. I don't like killing somebody right away. Like I think that's the one thing that when people have talked to me about werewolf, and it's like, yeah, you just kill somebody randomly for the first night. Like to me, that just sounds awful, and that does not sound fun. And then you have to sit there for the rest of the game and not do anything. That's the reason why I don't play werewolf. Because if you eliminate me first, and I'm just checked out, I'm done. Sorry, it's just no fun. That's why I don't like to in those type of things. Like even on Among Us, as I became a better player, I feel like I try not to kill anybody in the first round because that's just kind of that doesn't make it fun for the game. You don't want to die first. You don't want to die in the very first round, like 10, because the kill cooldown in the first round was so short too in Among Us. You don't want to die right away. That's no fun. That's what I like about this game is even if you're dead, you can still play a role in the game. Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to ask Jesse and Slumber Snack how because they were really the people that were dead the longest, how that feels. Obviously, I was alive for the whole time and was a very active member of the team, but I don't know how it would feel to even be dead. Ambi says this where I like Resistance and stop playing Mafia Werewolf. Yeah, I could really see that. I don't like games where somebody dies at the very beginning of the game for absolutely no reason. To me, that's just like, just like, oh, we're literally just picking a person. We're literally just picking a person for no reason other than that we have to pick someone to kill. So let's kill somebody. I don't really like that. All right, I need to pick a room for these people. What do we have? We have some outdoor spaces, which outdoors are fine. Ooh, this is for 1 point per Z place, and that's kind of cool. We have a corridor. They wanted a food right here, though. Do we have any foods in this one? No, no foods. We have another sleeping. Sleeping's good. We have 1 point per shields. Shields are fine. Connected corridors. Utility is not a bad one. And connected outsides. And they want to give them. We want to give them that. What do I want to give these people? They have 2 living spaces. They are looking for a corridor, though. So a corridor is okay. None of these other ones really go with them, so I think I'll just give them the corridor, and that'll be that. So we're gonna go ahead and take these tiles. Pass them this way and get our hand here. The cool thing about Blood and Cocktail is that there are roles that only act the first night. They're more willing to die night 1 to prove the good and give info to people like the Undertaker. I think the roles are just very balanced to give people the most fun. It's not like a show, but I think a group of friends is a lot. Yeah, and honestly, we had a good group. I feel like we had a good group. I feel like our Among Us groups would take really well to that too. Dakota, I really, really think that we should try to set up something within the next month on a Saturday night to play that. Like I really, really want to play that, and maybe even multiple times, because I think if we're not streaming, if we're not trying to stream it, I mean, obviously you'd still be streaming it. If we're not trying to stream it to TLN and have the time constraints of that, I think we could play multiple games in a night, like we do on Among Us. Like in a normal Among Us night, where we start, around 9 or 10 Eastern, and play until midnight or 1 a.m. We could get multiple games in for sure. So, and yeah, Ambi and Dutch and all our Among Us friends can join us, and anybody else who hasn't played Among Us with us but wants to join in this game could also join, because hey, the more the merrier. Once again, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. This place likes the basement rooms. Basement rooms are nicer over there. They're wanting living spaces or corridor. They have a corridor, so that's not bad. There's a corridor here. There's living space also. There's an outdoor. That doesn't really go for them. 1 point per basement is actually a decent one too for them. Oh, this is interesting. The spy room. We gotta give them the spy room, and then we're gonna give them the corridor for now. But some of these other ones will come up here soon. So those are going there. These are going to these people. Dakota says, I'm running another game this Friday. If you and Yoda want to play, I'm running at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Maybe Friday nights I'm usually play Mario Kart and Super Smash, and I could be convinced. Let me think about that, Dakota. It also depends on like the group. Like I was really comfortable with the group on last night. And I would be really comfortable with our Among Us group, obviously. Pikachu ears. I don't know about otherwise, but I will definitely consider that. So 7 a.m. on Saturday, I could do that. You'll be in Michigan on Saturday, or I would have done it then. Hey, that's where I'm at, buddy. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be on this side of the state or on the your side of the state where closer to Chicago, but usually hang out with my husband on Friday nights. But maybe we could play. Yeah, I know. Friday nights aren't usually because Ambi doesn't even come join us for Super Smash most of the time. It's like Ambi, get your Kirby butt over on Super Smash and play with us. Okay, so this person here was putting this here and was putting this like there, I think. And this, oh wait, we don't have to put, we can see what this person has too. Oh yeah, this is per connected. Oh yeah, I could do it this way. Oh no, I want to put a food there. Ah, I forgot about that. Grumble. I wanted to put a food there. I forgot about the food. How am I going to do this? Or do I just not take the 2 points? Oh, you're going to... Really? Dakota, tell me where. I honestly, I probably won't be able to make it just because of kids and all that. But tell me, I'm interested to know the specifics. So, like, go ahead and you don't have to say it all in the chat if you don't want to. Send me a Discord message and tell me more of the specifics because I'm interested to know like what the deets and what's going on in because I'm in the Detroit metro area. It would be a similar group, people who played on SAT and very specific people. Okay. Quick question. What is the use of Pikachu ears if you keep doing them yourself? I don't know. Well, I mean, people redeem them. I don't really know how often I should, like, flick the ears off or, like, when I should take it off yet. This is literally the first night I'm doing it. So... I'm giving you a lot of Pikachu ears for your buck, basically. Lots of bang for your buck tonight on the Pikachu ears. So I guess that's Dutch telling me get rid of the Pikachu ears. I guess Dutch is more of a Raichu fan. So no MK, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, maybe I mean, I love Mario Kart and Super Smash, but you need to look at this one. They were definitely giving that one that way and this one this way. Where was this one going? Over here. That was going there. This was going here because that works really well. And I just have to put one there. Okay, I have to figure out where these are going. I think I'm just putting them like this and this does not have to be connected. Never mind. Just do it this way. It's not connected. It just has to be there. That was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Is it weird that I thought you meant Mortal Kombat 8? Dutch, every time I see MK8, I think the same. When I see MK, because Mortal Kombat has done such a good job at branding themselves as MK. Ever since like Mortal Kombat 2, they've branded themselves as MK. And even though Mario Kart is also MK and is a longer franchise than Mortal Kombat, I think when I see MK, I legit think that as well. So not surprising, and at all. Let's at least get through this first round. Maybe I could just like speed run this. Ooh, I got. Oh yeah, that's right. I got more downstairs. Ooh, I got so many good tiles for that one. One of these should definitely be. It doesn't really matter. Okay, what's gonna want to be over here? Unfortunately, I also want this guardhouse to be over there because it's one per basement tile, and I want a lot of basement in there. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to grab it unless I just take that now and worry about the basements later. I don't know. It's fine. Mario wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. No. Friendship. Ooh, that's interesting. The sitting room. Yeah, none of these ones really work well for this side. But the sitting room might be able to make some sense. Okay. Pass those this way. And we have these two here. Blue shell. Brutality. Bomb. Finish him. What do we got over here? Alright. They've completed those. They like living spaces and things like that. What is that one? That's for mirrors. Any mirrors? Just the washroom. Ooh, per connected. Ooh, that one's really good for them. That one has to go. That one has to go there because that's per connected living space. So that one's really good. And honestly, this one is per connected sleeping area. So that's also really good. So that is pretty easy. So these will be that one. And then we'll take these ones. Instead of Toasty, Toady! Toasty! Yeah, I want to play Mortal Kombat on stream. I might even do it tomorrow. Might do it tomorrow. I'm thinking of playing the story mode on stream. I played a little bit. I've only played a little bit of Mortal Kombat off, Mortal Kombat 11 off, as I've been trying to play with Aaron Black. And obviously, if I play the story mode, I won't be playing with Aaron Black. I play with whoever the story mode character is at that time. But Aaron Black is definitely my favorite Mortal Kombat character. And then from the classic ones, before Aaron Black was introduced, I really like Sub-Zero. Alright, we're looking at these two now. There's no sitting areas. There's no corridors. Per food, per outdoor, per shield, per connected corridor. So that one might not be bad. For over here, we want shields. We want basements. And this doesn't have any basements. Or food. Food is another thing we want, so that's kind of not ideal. We could just put the French gazebo. That's not a bad one. I think that's what I might do, to be honest. And these go under there, and give these to them. Okay. Let's go ahead and put stuff down. Well, we pretty much knew what we were doing with these two. This one's gonna go here. And this one is going to go there. So now on this line, I want to put basements down and I want to put food up. and I want to put at least one basement here to connect these. Other than that, that's pretty much what I'm doing. These right here. This one was going in here, and this one was going over here. These were pretty self-explanatory. Do I want to put it there, or do I want to make it? I think for simplicity on the board here, I'm going to do that. And do, no, not there. This is going to go up here or something. Alright. And then we got to get these two. And this one was going over here for connected corridors. And this one was just going to go on the end for shields. Okay. So, Ruck, there's talks of doing an online con the last week of July. Last weekend of July. An online con for who? Who's doing an online con? Give me the deets. Bronco Chef. Hey, Bronco Chef. I'm surprised you're still up. How are you doing? You love this game? I didn't know you played this game before, Bronco Chef. Yeah, this between two Castles of Mad King Ludwig is really good. I'm really a big fan of this game. All right, I gotta pick two more here. For connected food is not ideal, perhaps, but maybe I could put it right there and perhaps do something. Per connected outdoor room could be pretty useful. No, well, I could put it there and try to get another outdoor room later, but how do I do? I haven't actually noticed if I've achieved any 3s yet. Outdoor utility, nope. Okay, none there. Sleeping, utility, corridor door, nope. And then outdoor, nope, not yet. Whoa, what did I do wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did something wrong. I put one more on this one than on this one. Oh, it was borrowed back in February, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And you have the digital copy. How is the digital version of this Jedi? Because I've thought about getting it, and I've totally screwed something up here, and I don't know what I did wrong. There's one. This should have an extra tile from over here. It's. I don't know what the tile should be though. I screwed up something. So how about we take this tile and we just throw it over there, because now they have 6 and 6 and like something didn't look right. But go figure, me talking as much as I am, not paying attention, totally makes sense. This is for this character. So now this doesn't even work. They don't even have food. None of these work. This has to go that way. Which one of these is going this way? That one, I guess. It's fine. And that'll get discarded. Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't remember because it's been a long time since I played it. I picked it up for free somehow. Really? I'd love to get this for free. It's because the digital version is not necessarily cheap. They don't have any basements. They also don't have any foods. My God, these are all awful. These need to be over there. Ugh. These are all awful for this one. I might put this here. Oh no. No, I could make this work. I'll put that for them. And what do they have going on over there? For connected corridor, no. Per those, no. Shield, no. We're just giving the greenhouse. Okay, we'll do these two. They don't have food, and that gets discarded. Oh, hey, EC! Hey, EC, how's it going, buddy? Jedi, thank you so much for that shout out. How are you doing tonight, EC? Hope you're doing well, my friend. And then this grouping. Ooh, this one's a good one. Oh my gosh, all three of these want to go to this character. All these were awful for splitting. They all want to go to the same characters. All three of these work so well in this castle. But this one is like the perfect one, because this would connect to the corridors and to the living spaces. So that's like perfect. So that one's going to go there. So where do these ones going to go? An outdoor room or a corridor for a torch. Corridors can technically go downstairs. I mean, it works there, but I want a thing there. Probably these two. We'll say these two and discard that. Eclectic Camel is also going to be joining us on Wednesday night at 11:30 Eastern for Super Mario Party. It was going to be Eclectic Campbell, Crystal Dax, and Bonzanier. So after we play some community board game night with Silver Metal Tavern, the three of them will be joining us for Super Mario Party. So you're gonna get physical board. I mean, you're gonna get digital board games, and you're gonna get video games in the stream. You got a new Jedi got a cool new puzzle yesterday. Jedi indeed did get a cool new puzzle. Okay, that's there. And then this is just going to go like here, I guess, which works. I don't know. And these ones, oh yeah. I was going to give them the food one, I think. And put it right here. And then this one, we're just going to go on the side in case I needed to connect more things. And these, reception room is going right there. And then this is going to go right here. And then let me see if I got 3 of anything. I do have 3 sleeping here. Okay, I got 3 sleeping there. I have 3 living in this one. And I do not have 3 of anything in that one. So 3 sleeping rooms gets us a tower. Oh, look at that. We can get a tower. Not really a great time for a tower, but we can get a tower. And then 3 living places. We get to play one of these things in our throne room. Let's see, what do we have? Mirror, torch, torch, mirror, torch, torch, mirror. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 torches. 1, 2, 3 mirrors. We should get a torch first. Why not? Where are the torches? Everyone get your torches and your pitchforks. There it is. This guy's in the wrong spot. That makes sense. Alright. So this is like a little bonus tile that you get 1 point for each of the torches that are in your castle at the end of the game. And you just kind of put it there. And that now will qualify for that one. Oh, Amy's asking about the puzzle. You haven't played Mario Party Online yet? Yeah, neither have I. Super Mario Kart, the new one from the op, 1,000 pieces. Nice. I was thinking of making an order from the op for a bunch of puzzles. Ooh, yeah, the op's been making some cool puzzles. I want the Care Bear one too. Ooh, Care Bear Stare. I'm just going to add this up here because I don't know what else to do with it. Not really the best place for a tower, but is what it is. I always give it a bonus. Alright. Hey, we made it through 1 play of the game. Let's try to make it through the last round fairly quickly. I feel like as the very first turn of the round, when you have 9 tiles, is the longest, obviously. And obviously, like, and now that you have some set stuff going on, you kind of know what you want. So this castle is looking at stuff. We got an outdoor space, and per utility, which we got a couple of those. We've got a food room. Oh no, that's almost perfect. Food room pointing down towards basements. That basement said that they want food. I mean, that works too well. We got more sleeping rooms, but we don't necessarily need. I mean, more sleeping rooms is points, but only if they have one of everything else in it. So we should focus on trying to get them one of everything else. We have a food room that likes to be above and below other food, which could be good. And we have a utility that likes to be by utilities, a food that likes to be out by outdoors, a utility that likes to be by food, corridors, and more corridors. The lockdown room. Oh my god, that's funny. This one looks kind of cool. The lockdown room. Care Bear stare. Fun fact: my wife's favorite Care Bears are Hugs and Tugs. Okay, this one's definitely being that one. What do we want for over here? What do we have in this room? Do we have a food? No. Do we have a living? Yes. Do we have a utility? Yes. Do we have an outdoor? Yes. Do we have a sleeping? Yes. Do we have a corridor? Yes. Because sleeping is for everything not basement, right? I think it's everything not the basement. Or is it? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not basement. Sleeping likes everything else. So the only thing I need is food to guarantee all of these sleeping ones get rooms. So we should definitely take a food here. And of these, neither of them are ideal. But let's go ahead and pick this one for that room. Okay. So these ones all get shoved under that castle. I kind of want to make a little free library for puzzles. That actually would be really cool, Ambi. I agree with Jedi. No idea how to make one, though. Okay, if I were to get puzzles from the op, I'd probably want the 2 Zelda ones and the 2 Animal Crossing ones. I mean, it's really cool to me that they've been getting so many, like, IP puzzles. I mean, I would be more inclined to, like, put together a Mario Kart puzzle or a Zelda puzzle than just, like, some random puzzle. For missing pieces. Yeah, that's the thing. The minute Bonzinator borrows one of your puzzles and loses it in her seat. Because, you know, that's definitely never happened on stream. Those look really neat. I'm not as into those fandoms as much. I was just thinking about what puzzle I want to do. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know what... Like, I've never really put together a puzzle before. I'm not really a puzzle type of person. Spatial, like, awareness isn't really my jam. I'm not really a good spatial person. So... I don't think I do very well with puzzles. I like watching Ambi make them, though, because she does really, really good. Star Wars puzzles I want to put together. Need to get my gaming table back, though. Right now, it's piled with games. I mean, that's a good thing, right? Games are good. Okay, we're on this character. So, we, without knowing, took care of the food situation. But this player doesn't know that. But this food is not a good food. There's just more sleeping. Oh, ooh, that is extremely tempting too. That's not really useful. That's not really useful. I mean, lots of sleeping chambers. We have a king's chamber, a nap room, and a nursery. A crypt that is well served somewhere else. The hall of ever closing walls. That's interesting. Gunpowder room. I think we have to do the kennel, though. I think we have to do the kennel. Oh, the food ones. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do the kennel, and then over there. I mean, we got 3 more sleeping rooms, but that's okay. What are they wanting? They want more living. Maybe another utility. The utility wouldn't be bad, or something that likes outdoor rooms. No, none of that applies. Oh, corridors up and down. No, because the corridor is not in the place. Oh, this is a basement though. That actually could work. Yeah, let's do that. These 2 go there. I could also play a corridor with swords. That person doesn't have any swords. They don't have any S words. Yeah. Then we take these. Ambi is a puzzle expert. Ambi's amazing at puzzles. You're playing Lorenzo on Steam again. I'm so close to beating Michelle, and she beat me again tonight. Games are good. I'm out of storage space though, and trying to figure out a solution. In the process of working on it. Yeah, I'm. I am pretty much at my limit for board games unless I get creative with my storage solutions or buy another cabinet. And buying another cabinet is probably going to be the solution. Okay, we've got a corridor. We got a basement, which basements are always good. We've got a living area. We've got a sleeping room. We've got a sleeping room. We've got utility for connected basements, which, hello. I don't know how I'm going to get that connected, though. That would be great, but... Oh, actually, that almost has to be it. This is a basement room that goes above a utility, or below a utility, and likes utilities above it, and then immediately connects the utility to the basements that we want to make a long chain down of. Yeah, that one's really good. Okay. And this is for over here, so now we're looking at over this one. And remember, we said that a utility wouldn't be bad. But that's per connector. That doesn't... I don't want to turn that one. Another outdoor wouldn't be bad either, though. We don't have any outdoors. We could get basements going. We could get another... Oh, we can get more living. But that doesn't really do anything for us. Torches? Oh yeah, you like torches. They like torches. Are the torches in a place that it could be... Kind of? I think we choose this one and this one for that group, and we get these away. Alright. If I were rich, I would buy a house just for board games. Most of the ones on our floor are games to get rid of, but we have some overflow. Yeah, I don't have any games on the floor at the moment, but I have a little side table just off screen that you can't see that has like little folding legs that currently has Sleeping Gods, City Builder, Predaporter, and all my Marvel United stuff. Marvel X-Men Mutant Insurrection, and Jurassic Parts that I have not been able to fit on my shelf. They're all just sitting on that table. I have to figure out things. I need to rearrange the stuff behind me, but I don't want to rearrange the shelves. I don't want to rearrange the shelves until I catalog everything that's on these shelves, so that I don't intermix stuff and then miss things being cataloged. So I can't do that until we get to 400 followers. So smash that follow button if you haven't done this already and get us to 400 followers so we could do the second half of our collection and do a board game or do our Ask Rock Almost Anything night while we catalog the second half of my collection. Nice plugs! Okay, this one's going over here and this one's going over here. Okay, this one was going right there because that's gorgeous. And this was going... Why did they send this over here? They wanted that's right, they wanted food. They wanted food right there. Alright, these ones you're getting that right there. And this was going in the basement up below, like right here. Yep. Okay, and then these. We usually clear out a lot of games at Dice Tower East, so stuff is back in. Atticus, same. Gen Con is the same for me, and we didn't get to do that last year. We're not going to be able to do that this year. Ah, ha, ha, collect a camel. Yeah. I just need to make 64 accounts to follow you there. I mean, anything helps. This is going right here, because this is perfect. I'm probably making this one too good for these two, because remember, I'm trying to make all three be equal points, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job at that. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm trying. We used to give a bunch of stuff in December for my host's birthday party, but we didn't have that last year. Yeah, I think we're all in the kind of the same boat. We're all kind of in the same boat, unfortunately, where we could be giving stuff, we could be getting rid of things, and it's just not happening because of raisins. Okay, 1 point per connected, or just 1 point per? I think it's better to do this one. Is the scythe room? While the scythe room would be fun to have in, the scythe room, I don't know how I get that connected to these, so I can't. So that's going to be there. Now for this group over here, we just have more sleeping. Sleeping's good now that we have all of them, I think. Sleeping is just like max points. This is the hat room is connected quarters. It's not quite work. That doesn't quite work. Yeah, I think we're just doing more sleeping. The in-law suite, the children's room, or the pillow room. Well, obviously, you'd have a children's room before an in-law suite. So we're going to do those two for that person. Boop. Boop. Yeah, no local convention means no flea market sales. I usually make $300 to $400 in 2 hours on games I wasn't going to play. Wow. Too bad our local con sucks otherwise. Oh, geez, that's crazy. A hell of a lot more money than I probably make at the consignment shop at Gen Con. And then I spend most of it, if not all of it. Okay, this place, they also list like more sleeping rooms, obviously. Food, we have food. I guess technically I was supposed to put... No, I didn't. No, that's not fine. Utilities? I mean, 3 utilities get some the thing. Per connected utility, I didn't connect those. Per connected food, no. I guess I could put it there, but... the corridor... Don't really like that at all. This is not really a great one. How about over here? What do we got over there going on? Do you have any torches? We do have a torch. On top of food? No, they don't even have food. They don't have much going on over here. They need a corridor and outdoor. They do have both of these. This is actually a really good one. This is a good one for that area. Okay. For what's good for here is the question now. 2 corridors, 1 outdoor, 1 living. What if I give them a utility of connected utility? I mean, that's okay. It's not really the best, but we'll connect food. Hey, you know what? Let's do that. We're going to do these 2 for this character. Don't you want to redeem Pikachu ears? Yeah. Sent you DM and Discord about the thing okay, cool. Thank you, Jedi. I will take a look at that after stream. Pikachu ears. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know why the one ear kind of like this ear acts like an ear. I think how the ear should act. This ear is like a windshield wiper on the eye. I don't know what's going on. I love it though. It's funny. Okay. Nap room, king chamber, nursery, armory. Oh yeah, these ones. Crypt. Crypt is for that one, 100%. What do we want for this one? What do we want for this one? There's not really any swords to use this. Oh, there are some. There's a lot of torches though. Ooh, I like this actually. I'm going to move this one down a little bit. We're going to use the food that wants to go right here. That actually looks really good. So these two are for there, and these get passed. That's pretty easy. That actually wasn't too bad of a decision. Alright, so this one I had decided was going to go there, because that made a lot of sense. And then this one can go either there or there, so that's fine. Let's just do that, I guess. Actually, no, it works really good here, in case I can get a tower, or I can get like a corridor that goes with mirrors, or windows. Board game spam? I didn't see that board game spam was on. How did I miss that? Thank you, board game spam. How are you guys doing tonight, Andrew and Pia? Hope you guys are well. I usually try to lurk on everybody that's on. I'm sorry I missed that. Hi, readers. Help! Garlic, why are you guys needing help? What is going on? Board game spam, what were you guys playing tonight? Hello. Oops. No, I didn't know if maybe like help was like the raid message and you guys were playing something that needed help. Match 5. Okay, cool. So you guys were playing match 5. Board game spam, you guys did look like it was a fun time playing Space Alert last night for TLN over in Stonemaier Tavern's channel. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I was half watching that stream and then half watching the VOD of the stream that I was just on because I was so interested in the VOD. I actually stayed up until 3 a.m. watching both the VOD and your guys' stream on Stonemaier Tavern. Manoy Josh, hello, welcome in. Garlic, hello. Raiders, for everybody who does not know, my name is Rock, and this is Rolling with Rock. We are a physical board game, digital board game, and video variety stream here on Twitch. Currently, I have some Pikachu ears on because somebody in chat redeemed the brand new tonight Pikachu ears redemption. We also have redemptions for word bands and for picking a future game for me. Currently, I am playing Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This is actually a very quick game, but we've been having a really awesome conversations for quite a while, so we're going on 4 hours. We will be finishing up fairly soon, though. There's only a couple more turns. But thank you so much, Board Game Spam, for the raid. If anybody who came over in the raid is not currently following, I would appreciate a quick follow. We are trying to make a push for 400 followers, and when we reach 400 followers, I am going to be doing the part 2 of cataloging my board game collection. Everything behind me is cataloged, but I have 2 5x5 collect shelves on my right that are not in shot that I need to catalog. And when I do that, I also do a Ask Rock Almost Anything. So if you haven't gone ahead and click that follow button, I would really appreciate that, and I welcome you all to the channel. On Wednesdays, I do community board game nights on Board Game Arena, and we could use other things like Yucata or Tabletopia as well, where I welcome you guys to join me for board games. I play from 9 p.m. to usually midnight. However, this Wednesday, we will be joined by Silver Metal Tavern, Matt, on the channel here, and then at 11:30, we're going to say goodbye and good night to Matt, and then hello and welcome to Eclectic Camel, Bonzinator, and Crystal Dax, while we switch from board games to Super Mario Party at 11:30 Eastern on Wednesday night. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday nights, like tonight, are board game streams. And then Tuesday nights, I usually play some sort of Pokemon content. I was doing a Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke, and most recently I've been doing Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap. And on Mondays and Saturdays, it's usually whatever the soup du jour game for me, video game wise, is. That has been Fall Guys, that has been Among Us, it's been Genshin Impact, it's been a bunch of different stuff. And then throughout the week, I will usually spread in some chess streaming as well. So if any of that sounds fun to you, or you just want to see my weird Pikachu ears, because Pikachu ears are fun, go ahead and click a follow. If not, if you're already following, thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a good time here. I feel like people do, but I can't be the judge of that. Only you guys can. So I hope you all have a great time, no matter how much time you spend here in Rockland. Yeah, it's really late, Amby. You gotta get ready for bed. Yeah, I should too. Luckily, it's holiday tomorrow. Yay! Though the kids are home because it's a holiday tomorrow. So, good night, Amby. You're probably at work while you're getting ready for bed, but thank you so much for hanging out, Amby. I always appreciate you. I love the chat we had earlier about the kids and everything. Always a fun time. Yeah, so let's go ahead, and we only got like 2 more turns left, so we're pretty much almost done. And then I gotta actually score it, and scoring's gonna be the hard part. Okay, the armory. I mean, it's a basement. It's basically a basement. I gotta take the basement when I can take the basement. This one is the sleeping room. I take the sleeping room, and I can take the sleeping room at this point. Nap room, nursery. We want a king's chamber, obviously. Oh, I didn't place these ones. I placed things and I didn't do stuff. Hold on. Gotta place things. Falling behind because of talking, which talking is fun. This was going here. And this one was going there. Or yeah. Sure. And these, the crypt was going there. And this one was going right here. No, wait. What is that? Food. No, that was going there. That's right. Now I can do what I was doing. Gotta go and hang out with our guests. Board Game Spam. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much, Pia. Long live Monkey King. Have a wonderful night. Bye, friends. Rodan, hello and bye. Hope you are well. Rodan, if you're not following, click the follow button. We'll hopefully have you hang out another time. Alright. Now I can do these 2 that I wanted to do. Past these. Yeah, I've only got like 2 more turns. Maybe I can get out of here by like right around 1:30. No, it was just going to take me a while to score. That's right. It's going to take me too long to score. Placing... Oh, I don't place these yet. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind because it's so late. What do I want for these ones? More sleeping rooms, more than likely. Sleeping room. And what does this person want? Yeah. This one? Yeah, that one actually kind of works. Past these? Okay. Oh, let's go there. These go here. And then these come out. And we've got, what do these ones want? Food? Yeah, the food one. The food one for this one. And for that one over there. Corridors? With mirror? No, they like torches, not these 2. Though I could just put a corridor on top of that. So maybe I'll do that. Connected. No. Yeah, we'll just choose that one. That's fine. Those 2. This comes over here to that castle. And these go there. And now we play stuff. Mantis, Nebula, and Drax defeated Hela before Hela needed to draw her empty deck. Oh. Wow. So Legends, how did you like those 3 characters? I haven't actually played with any of those yet. So how did you like Mantis, Nebula, and Drax? What were special about those characters? Because every one of those usually has some sort of special ability. I'm going to move that down because I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the sleeping areas on this. I can get another one of these, and I can get any one of these 3, but the tower is going to be the best one because I can get that like that. And then the hat room is going over here somewhere. Let me just say here. And then these 2, we've got, this was going here. No, it's not. It's going here. And then this one was going up top. You kind of see how the 3 are overlapping, but that's okay. This is the last turn anyway. Alright, of these 3, don't, did I give you 3 food? Oh, hold on. I gotta do some bonuses. I forgot. Mantis is the only new one for me, but she had a cool card that lets her play all her actions anywhere. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I did get 3 food, and I've had not only 3, but 5 basements that I didn't do. So that's actually really fun. 3 food is draw 5 and place 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Food per connected that. An outdoor room per corridor? No. Per connected? No. Per basement? Yes, thank you. That's going to be the one of those, for sure. And this can just go outside. So, sure. And, oh, and by getting the outside, I'm going to have 3 outsides. Okay, hold on. It gives me a fountain. And that fountain wants to go right here. Nice. This castle is killing the other castles, I'm sure. And then 3 downstairs, I can pick any one of these. And I'm gonna probably pick a tower and put it up here because that tower is huge when you consider the below too. And then I have 5, so I can choose any other ballot, any other one. And so I'm going to pick another fountain and put it here. Yeah, that one's OP. That one's OP. Let me make sure I don't have any other positions that I needed to fix here. Ooh, this one has 3 utilities, so I do need to get a bonus card for that. But that is it. So we need to get a bonus card. We draw 3 of these bonus cards and we keep 1 for this one. So this might help a little bit, depending on what they are. 2 points per utility, which we got 3 utilities, so that's pretty good. 3 points per what? Total width. That's definitely not. What does this one mean? Why is this in question mark? Shouldn't this be telling me what it is? I'm confused by this card. Let's all here swap a card from hand with card in storyline, but remove top master plan card. You remove the top master plan card? Interesting. Okay. 3 points per room. Oh, that is fully surrounded. Oh. I only have 1 that's fully surrounded. That's not a good one to keep. Okay. So I think I'm just going to keep this one. It's just easy, understandable points. Okay. And then over here, I need to make sure. I do have 3 corridors. And I have 3 outdoors. And 3 livings. The living I already did. The 3 corridors is a grand foyer. So let's get a grand foyer. And place it, I guess there is probably the best place for it. Maybe? I don't know. And then, what else did I say? Utilities? No, I don't have 3 utilities. Oh no, I have 3 outdoors. 3 outdoors is a fountain, which a fountain can just go there for sake of room. Okay. Alright, and now let's take our last turn. Any swords in this place? Down below. The other 2 don't really do much for me though. Do I have one of everything else in this room? In this castle? I have a food, yes. Do I have a living? Do I have a living? No, I don't. So that's not gonna matter. Okay. So don't worry about that. And per connected utility, my utilities are not connected and they really can't be connected. So that'll only be worth 1 point. This can go right here, and it's worth more points than that. So I'm just going to place it. These are going to go, this one's going to be best over here, so I'm just going to place it. And then I'm going to discard those, and we're going to look at these ones. Sleeping room. Yeah, it's going to be, let's be honest, it's going to be the sleeping room. They're just going to be worth the most points. And then over here, probably a corridor actually. The corridors were quite valuable over here. More valuable than the nap room, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. There might work. No, here works best. There you go. I don't know. That's the same. It's the same. It's fine. So the nap room gets discarded, and then for these, we got another basement. Oh, and the safe room. Oh, no, this one's so much better though. Oh, I don't know. Is it? This is 1 point per connected basement, which would be. Oh, I can't get it connected though. Yeah, I can't get that connected. This one goes into that. So these 2, neither of these are great. That's just going to be 1 point connected basement. And this is, do they have everything else? They have a food room? Yes. They have a living room, obviously. They have a utility room, yes. They have outdoors, yes. They have sleeping. They will once I place this one. Okay. So these 2 for that player, and the safe room gets discarded. Board game spam stream was cool. They were outdoors. Oh, that's cool. So, because they had guests over. That's pretty cool. This is gonna just go here to close off the grand foyer a little bit more. That's gonna go down there to keep adding points to that. All right. So now that is done. That is Between Two Castles and Mad King Ludwig. It is an amazing game. I took forever to play it because we had wonderful conversations in chat. Let's just kind of see how I did though. Okay, so let's score these the best that we can. Okay. Food scoring. This one got 2 points for any food immediately above or immediately below. Okay, so that is 2 points there. And then this one got points for every basement tile below it. 2 points for every basement. And this one got 2 points for every basement tile all the way down. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 14, 16, 18, 20 points for those, plus the 2 there. So our food on this one got 22 points. Then our living areas, if we have any, which I don't think we do, is just kaput. Utility, we've got 1 per connected outdoors, which is 1, 2, 3. We've got 1 per connected basement, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a total of 8. And then we've got 1 per connected shield, which is 1, 2, 3. And that is 11 points to add to our 22, which is 33. Then we have outdoors. 1 per basement, and 1 per basement is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 1 per shield is 1, 2, 3, so that's 15. Okay, so that's another 15 points on 233 is 48. Sleeping areas, I don't think we had any in this one. Corridors. Torches in the area. 1, 2, no, just 1. It doesn't count its own. So that's 1 point, and that's 1 point. So 2 points for corridors. I don't think I have any of those, right? Nope. Plus 2 points for corridors. That brings us to 50 so far. Downstairs. 1 point per is 1, 2, 3 utilities. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then actually those didn't score at all. So 14, 13, 14, yeah, 14 points for our basement. Which actually isn't a ton of points for how many basement tiles we had. Is 64. And then points for our shield ones is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 10 for the 2 fountains. So 18 points for our shields. Castle. This castle right here, the yellow castle, came in at 82 points. So we've got yellow, if I could type right, yellow castle, 82 points. Let's see if I was able to make the other castles anywhere close to that. I doubt it. I feel like that one probably won. But we're going to give it our best shot. Alright. Food on this one. We have 1 food here. This is the only food we have. And it's 2 points per outdoor on either side. Didn't get any points for that. That's okay. Living. Living right here. 2 points per outdoor around it. There's 1 here, so we got 2 points for our living. Good start. Utilities. 1 point per connected food, so that's 1 point there. And then we've got these 2 utilities that are 1 point per connected Z room, sleeping room, and they're both connected to this whole conglomerate of Z's. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, plus 1 is 17 points for our utilities. We've got outdoors, which we have 1 point per food, and we only had 1 food, so that is 1 point. We've got sleeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So plus 32 points just for our sleeping. Corridors. They've got 2 corridors down here. And this is for squares around it, which I didn't get any squares. This is for mirrors around it, and that's 1, 2. So 2 points for corridors. Downstairs didn't have any basements. Towers and stuff like that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for towers. And then I had this, 2 points for utility, 2, 4, 6, plus 6. And unless I did something wrong, I thought there's, I thought all those sleeping rooms were going to give me more points, to be honest. 4 times 8? I mean, that's 64, 62, right? Yeah. Alright. The, what I'm calling the purple castle, which may also be the blue castle. I don't know what color that is. The blue castle, or purple castle, I should say. Purple castle, 68 points. So, pretty big gap there. Pretty big gap. Not what I was going for. Oh god, these are all upside down. Alright. See if I can score this. Oh, and I totally didn't count the points on the throne room for either one of those, but that's fine. I won't do that on this one either. Food. Food is here. Points for quarters up and down is each one. Nice. And that's the only food, so we get 4 points for our food in this way. Oh, let me clear all that. We got 4 points. Living areas, which we got a ton of living areas. These are kind of hard to figure out. So that is a 1 point. This is 1 and 2 points. So that's 3, 4, 5 points. 6 points. 7 points. Alright, we got 7 points from all those living spaces. Jeez. I don't think this castle did very well. Utilities. Utilities is per 1 connected. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1 per connected. That is 5. And those are the only 2 utilities either. That's 5 points. God, this is so bad. Outdoors. Per Z, per basement, and per utility. So per Z is 1. Per basement is 1. Per utility is 2. So 4 points. Oh god. Sleeping is 4 points because I do have everything. Apparently I did really bad with the one that was farther away from me. Corridors. Mirrors around me. Oh god, I did really bad with that. Nothing. Torches around that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 there. And then squares around that one. None. I got 4 points from corridors. Wow. Okay. And downstairs, we got 1 point from our downstairs. This one was really bad. And then we got 5 points from the fountain. Is that it? Is that really all I did? Oh no, and the torches. I forgot about the torches. Plus 5 for the fountain. And then for every torch, we got a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, that was still really bad. Green castle. 41 points. So remember how I said I was trying to get all 3 to be really equal? I did a really bad job at that. I did a really bad job at trying to get all 3 to be equal. But, you know, them's the breaks. Sometimes that happens. Here, you guys get a little bonus Pikachu ears. Yeah, so that's between 2 castles of Mad King Ludwig. Absolute amazing game. Obviously, we played it over 4 hours instead of over like 45 minutes like it normally should be played. But that's what happens here sometimes. Legend says, well, for May, I played 19 games of Marvel United and defeated 9 villains, which means I had 10 losses. Ooh. You played 19 games of Marvel United. I need to get Marvel United back to the table. I want to. I love Marvel United. It really is. It really, really is a really, really good game. All right. Well, looks like Bearable One is the only one who's actually on right now. Oh no, Bearable One just ended. Oh no, they're ending. Oh no, nobody else is on. Why did I stay up so late? Let's find somebody to raid. There's actually people on board gaming that I've not seen before. A couple of them have some pretty high viewer counts. Interesting. Need to paint. Dutch, I'm really impressed with your Marvel United painting. I would love to. I would love to be able to paint that, as good as you are. Bearable One, I was literally just going over to raid you, and then I saw that you had your thanks for watching stream thing up, and I was like, oh no, please don't raid over here. Thank you so much for that raid. I hope you guys had a wonderful time playing Santa Monica. I really like Santa Monica. I think it's a great game. It's a game that I want to play on stream sometime. So I hope you had a wonderful stream playing that. Thank you so much for that raid. Hope you're doing well. I hope that the streaming has been going well for you. And for those who are over here on my chat, if you haven't done so already, please follow Bearable One. Very, very new to board game streaming, but does do a lot of fun content and is usually up here fairly late at night along with me. So please go ahead and give them a follow. Hello, Bruce Flower. And hello, Bruce Panda. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and saying hello. Always nice to see you guys. I myself was just looking for someone to raid because it is very, very late and I should have been in bed a very long time ago. Bruce Legends. So let's figure out who we just played. We played Between Two Castles and Mad King Ludwig, which I had a lot of fun. My goal was to try to make all 3 castles even in points, and I did a very, very bad job at that. Also, I have a new channel redemption thing where we can have Pikachu ears. And so, here's some bonus Pikachu ears for you all. Also, on Wednesday night, we will be having community board game streaming on playing games with chat on BGA and other websites like that from 9 p.m. to only 11:30. Because at 11:30, we will stop community board game night. And we're going to have awesome streamers like Eclectic Camel, Crystal Dax, and Bonzinator join us for some Super Mario Party online. So hopefully you guys might want to be interested in stopping by for that. I don't even know who to follow, folks. Does anybody got a follow? I mean, not a follow, a raid. See who's playing some stuff. We got chess people. Everybody finished their streams and ended up. How did I end up to be like the last person on tonight? I'm not usually the last one. I'm not usually the one turning off the lights. You know what? Let me see what Ekroth is doing here. Okay, they're playing. You know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So this is the only person online right now that I'm following. I hang out in a person's chat during the day a lot of times. They're a British person whose name is Joe Medforce. If you don't follow Joe Medforce, you should do that. But Joe does a lot of like Fall Guys, has been recently playing Knockout City and some stuff like that. Well, one of people in that community that he plays Knockout City a lot with, I don't really know exactly how to pronounce their name, but it's AETHOK. They just recently started streaming, and they are a very good Knockout City player, and are currently playing Knockout City, celebrating 100 followers. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and raid into them. I'm not good at Knockout City. I'm actually really bad at it, and I don't actually ever want to play it again. But this person is very good, and so we're going to be raiding into them. And I hope that you all at least stop by and say hi. I know it's not board game content, but it's literally the only person I'm following who's online right now. And they're pretty chill, and they're celebrating 100 followers. So it'd be kind of cool to give them a couple more if you'd be interested in doing so. I don't know what else they stream other than just Knockout City, but that's okay. You can, if you just stick around for the raid, and you know, I'm going to bed after that. So thank you guys so much for all this. Tomorrow night, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I'm either going to play Fall Guys or chess or Mortal Kombat or all of it. So, yay. Tuesday night will probably be more new Pokemon Snap. Wednesday is board game community night. Thursday will be some sort of board game, maybe even more Marvel United. I don't know. Sunday night will also be a board game. Friday night, who knows what's going on? Either Blood on the Clock Tower or Mario Kart and Super Smash. Yeah, Saturday I don't know either. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we're gonna go and I was doing a shout out for this person. We're rating this person. We are rating, and we are gonna go ahead and get out of here. Have a wonderful night, all. Bye.